Hello, it's me. Hello, everybody. All right, let's get this thing going. Hello. There we are. It's working. Can hear me. Can see me. I got on the first frame of the movie. Cool. Got about 100 people here. Looking good. I got on the first frame of the movie. So I'm going to mute my YouTube so I don't hear myself. All right. Hello, Fabio, GTO, CMS, Lenny, Evie, Wesley, Derek, Jose, bike contests, Neat Boss, what's up? Neat Boss, everybody. Neat Boss designed the Grave Diggers t-shirt that I have online on the merch shop. If you guys don't know, oh gosh, I should probably have all that crap up. There is neutral merchandise and Grave Digger Stories merchandise. So I normally today do the Grave Stories show, but today I'm going to do there. I put the link there. If you like neutral, one huge way you can help me make the 2 more parts is to buy some merch, because that helps keep me alive. And am I hearing myself from somewhere? I don't think I am. Buying merch, buying a poster or a neutral t-shirt or a Grave Diggers t-shirt, Grave Stories t-shirt, or the Keith Apicary shirt, or the Keith Apicary pins. All the merch is there. Derek, 10 years to keep it up. Thanks, Derek. I won't stop. I'll never stop. You guys buying stuff definitely really helps. So if you want, or you can donate right here in the chat. And if there is a week, I'm going to get this out of the way now and then just get into the movie. If there is a week, well, Redhead Gamer, I'm glad that James showed me to you as well. I'm glad you're here. If there is a week to donate, this is the one. I'm obviously trying to save money for the next parts of Neutral. The last one cost $50,000, $58,000 if you total in the Glory music video money, which was $8,000 of my own money. So it's going to cost a lot to make more. So that's a reason to donate. But the real reason, immediate reason to donate, is because this is how I make a 9-to-5 living. This is how I get weekly checks. Otherwise, it's just me hoping to get a part, and then I get a check in 3 months after I do one job. It's very sporadic. I'm not saying my choice in career is why you guys should pay me, because I decided to become an actor and have sporadic checks in my life, but it's because I put so much of my own money into free content that goes onto YouTube. This past weekend, for 3 days straight, I shot 2 very elaborate videos, and together they cost me, it was just under $1,200, and that's money I will not get back, because my YouTube videos don't make money. Neutral has almost 30,000 views, and I'd love to hit 30 by tomorrow morning if possible. We're getting pretty close, 30,000 views. I don't make money on YouTube. I've made $117 off of Neutral, and I spent $20,000 of my own out of the $50,000. So I just don't make money. So I really do need to say, please donate right here in the super chat or in the description. You can donate to my Patreon, or you can donate directly to my Streamlabs, which goes to my PayPal. And holy crap, Rachel E, I just got your notification. Rachel, where are you in the chat? Rachel just donated $50. Oh my God. Thank you. That really does help. That's $50 off of the $1,200 I spent this weekend. You guys will really like the 2 new videos that are coming out. I know you will. One of them is going to be one of my #1 favorite videos that I've made. It's with my new character, Lester, the pizza delivery guy. It's a single take music video, much like the Gloria video. My car is in it again. I didn't want my car to be in it, but I had to, because I couldn't afford to rent the car I wanted. I wanted to get a convertible Porsche, a red one, like an 80s style, but I couldn't. Also, let me know if the audio sounds good. Does it sound okay? I'm going to actually play the movie for a second, too. Holy crap, Pip. I see it. $10. Neutral was awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. This is great. Normally, I do grave stories from a grave digger. I used to be a grave digger, for those of you who don't know. That was my last job before I moved to California. So I read scary stories, and people donate, and that has sort of become like a 9-to-5 job for me, and it helps keep me alive, helps keeping me being able to fund and make videos. So this week, I'm going to mix it up. Since Neutral just came out and I'm trying to get everyone's eyes on it, I'm going to do this special Q&A and watch it with you guys, pausing, talking, answering questions, whatever you want. But please, 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 if you have an extra buck or two, please donate, because that's how I stay alive and I pay for these videos. Because every video I make, I spend way too much money on, and not like most YouTube channels who just make easy videos. I do expensive, elaborate videos, whether they look like it or not. There's a lot of money behind all these, paying every single person who helps out, camera rental gear, Steadicam gear, getting all the food for everyone, renting out locations. The list goes on. It's very expensive. This is how I've been doing it for the past 12 plus years. I've always spent my own money on everything, and I've always been broke. So this is a great way to donate a little bit and help out. Thank you very much. Oh, Tuba, thank you very much. Thank you, Troy. Dang, dang, dang. Every video makes me smile. Here's something. Congrats, bro. Every little bit helps. It really does. Thank you, Tuba, and Troy, and Pip, and Rachel. Thank you big time, Rachel, for that direct donation to my Streamlabs. That was awesome. If you guys want to directly donate to me, you can do so in the link in the description. And why is my chat messed up all of a sudden? Let me make my chat pop out again. There it is. All right, cool. We got 165 people looking at this dang thing. Thanks, Neat Boss. Yeah, and if you guys, oh, thank you, MJ. Super nice. That's a big one. $10. Thank you very much. Oh my God, Eric. Who's Eric in the chat? Who is Eric and Rachel? You guys need to like say hello in the chat, because you are champion players, big time. Eric G. I won't say his last name in case he doesn't want me to. Eric G. just donated $100. Dang, Eric and Rachel, thank you so much. This is huge. Love the commentary. Video commentaries are why I buy physical copies. Well, thanks, Tesla. There will be a lot more on the DVD and Blu-ray release of the movie. I'll have a behind the scenes commentary, bonus scenes, deleted stuff, and some other videos as well. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate you guys. I definitely put every dollar I have into everything I make, and I stay alive. I just break even every time. So this really, really helps balance things out. You guys are the best. Wow, this is great. And thank you all. I should say thank you all for watching Neutral. I'm so happy so many people watched it. I know it's the kind of movie or short that isn't really like a YouTube type hit. You know, it's not really a mainstream thing. It's a little more indie. It's a little more artistic and a little more like filmish than it is like a funny video like my normal stuff. But honestly, this is the kind of stuff that I've always wanted to make. But you know, when you have a camera and just it's easier to make silly, stupid content for the internet. And obviously, I like comedy. I'm a comedian, but I'd rather make like more meaningful, better content that also is funny. Because I don't just want to make comedy. I want to make all kinds of things. So this was sort of like everything I ever wanted to make: comedy, stunts, a little bit of drama, some magic, and just nice scenery. Because my favorite movies are just beautiful looking movies, particularly from like the 70s and 80s, and some modern movies as well. But like, it was nice. I just wanted to do something that I in my own life like to watch, and this is what I like to watch. So that's what came out, and that's what I mean. It would have been a little different if I had more money. Okay, I'm gonna try to. It's gonna be really hard. It seems like there's a lot more people in the chat than normal. Thank you, Logan. I'm glad you like Keith. I too like Keith. If you want to buy a Keith t-shirt, I got some pretty cool ones in my opinion on the merch channel, merch site, website. That's in the description of this video, of the live stream. McManus, I love Neutral Man. He's got heart and uses stunts that are usually more slapstick and uses them for impact, and it's amazing. Well, thank you. That's what I wanted to do. Shut up. Nestor, keep doing your thing, Nation. Neutral is, I can't even read. I'm so blown away right now. Neutral is great. Looking forward to future work. Nestor! Everyone needs to comment Champion Nestor. Wow, I don't know why my keyboard went half caps, half not caps. Oh, wow, Nestor, shut up. Seriously, dang, man, you are amazing. Wow, thank you, Nest. $200. Dang. Oh my God. Dang, this is going bananas. You guys are paying back the 2 videos. Like, honestly, Tonight, I might get the $1,200 back for the 2 new videos that are coming. I feel like I should tell you guys about the new videos. One is a Keith Abacary music video. So for you who just said you like Keith, Logan, I think it was you. Logan Paul, is that you? Are you watching my channel? You guys, Nestor, I don't know if you're a fan of Keith or what you're into, but Keith Abacary is making a big comeback. You might have seen his Instagram. He posted him covered in a bunch of pillows. I rented a real nice camera for this one. To shoot a bunch of nonsense, honestly. Went to some cool locations, a cool mountain location for this one. Drove a bit far away to get some shots. But Keith's is a music video for Keith. The song Say Ga, you know Keith's song. It's one that I made a while ago, but I never put a video out for. There's a couple of old songs I want to make videos for still. So this one is for Say Ga, G-A-H. Kind of like a baby, Ga. Anyways, that's a Keith music video, and then the Lester music video, Lester single take music video. So 2 music videos, both that I'm extremely excited about. Fatal Noogie Gymnastics Series was great. So is Leg Pain Wayne. Oh, you saw Leg Pain Wayne? That's fun. That's like, I'm glad you like that one. And his portable arcade game. Yeah, that thing didn't last very long. Thank you, Fatal. Thank you so much. And I got to thank. Oh my gosh, it's going crazy. The direct donations to my Streamlabs. Holy crap. If you guys want to directly donate to me, is that a word, directly? Yeah, it's a word. Directly. Sometimes words just don't sound like real words to me. Oh, I always forget the word. My friend Siobhan always tells me, it reminds me what it is that I don't remember as a real word. It's like investigation or something. It sounds so weird to me. But anyways, directly, if you guys want to directly donate, the link is in the description to my Streamlabs. It basically goes right to my PayPal, and YouTube doesn't take a %. I need to thank Kimberly J for just donating $10, and Chris C for $20, and then freaking Tim B for $10, and Garrett L for $5. You guys are mental patients. This is awesome. Wow, this is great. If I could do this every week and get donations like this, I could put out Neutral on my own right now. Neutral part 2, I should say, and then part 3. Thank you, Pika Brews. $10. Dang. Wait, what? It says $1.99. Well, whatever you gave me, thank you. I really appreciate it. How much is the cut from YouTube take? Kush, I think YouTube takes like 20%. But however you want to do it, I don't mind. If it's easier for you to do it right here in the chat, totally cool with me. Honestly, I will take 6 cents if you guys can give it to me. I know it's easy to do in the chat right here and it shows up, so it's kind of more fun. So however people want to donate, I will gladly take your ding-dang money. Thank you, Alex. Glad you liked it. You should totally do a vlog of your everyday life from time to time. Donovan, I sort of did. Yes, I have Patreon. It's in the link, T-Shots. There is a Patreon link. There's 200 people watching. This is really great. That's a pretty good amount for me. Can you autograph my poster? Jason, the posters won't come from me, unfortunately. I want to frame it. But if I can meet you somehow sometime, then I would definitely sign it. I'm planning on doing a live tour. So if I come to you and we can meet up at the tour or something, I'm trying to start that this fall/winter, then I will definitely sign a Neutral poster, but the posters will come from like the merch place. Pika, oh, thank you, Pika Brew. Wow, you don't need it again. You didn't have to do that. The $2 was totally fine. That was great. Thank you. $10. You guys are mental patients. So I should start this. Holy crap, guys. Yeah, Dorlaxon, this is big. Thank you to all the mods who are here and everyone who normally shows up every week for Grave Stories. This is a different week. My friend just texted me. He sent he made a post. Oh, this is cool. He made a post. You guys might know my car is a BMW 2002. From 1972. He made a post. He also has a BMW 2002. He made a post, and he posted Neutral on a message board for the BMW followers. It's got a ton of comments from all these other BMW owners. Rad. I gotta check that out later. Thank you very much, Petradish. $6. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's start it, shall we? So I'm going to just play and talk and read the chat with you guys as this plays. So here we go. Where is it? Can you guys hear that? Let me know if it's loud enough. Okay, can you hear me and the music? The music will get a little bit louder. Cool. Ever comes to Huntington, West Virginia. Hopefully that changes when falls. Rachel, I'll try to go there. Rachel, are you the one who donated? Rachel E, are you the one who donated $100 to me? I mean $50 to me? I love you. Thank you. I love you too, Joseph. All right, so anybody have questions about this? This was scene was shot at 1,000 frames a second. This is like the 10th take that we did. It took place. I think I said this in the commentary, but I'll reiterate. This whole action took place in reality in like 5 seconds or less. They were on the flower, and then they just went. He like hit record, went. And that was it. It was like 1, 2, 3. That's actually probably less than 4 seconds. This whole thing. It took as long as it would for me to jump into the frame and land on the ground. And that's like jump, fall, boom. That's it. And then it slowed it down a ton. This camera was like a $5,000 rental because it's a crazy huge camera that's like wind up. I don't know if you guys ever looked into the Phantom camera, but it's insane. So yeah, and it still didn't come out the way I wanted it to. And I'm going to try to reshoot that when I get the money to do chapter 2.
Huh?
You want some water?
Oh, no.
And I also didn't want to... it cost $5,000, Katie.
Do you have anything to eat?
I think there's some peanuts in the
double
car.
splash. Phoebe is my friend. I saw her at the Upright Citizens Brigade. That's the place I perform. The camera crew had like 2 or 3 people. Really, it was just Aaron, the DP. And then you had a focus puller, and then you had a camera assistant.
He threw up the whole trip. He must have
it's like 3 people.
Times.
But then we had people doing like bounce boards for light.
Eventually, I had to pull over so he could express,
you know, like a whole lighting
freely.
department.
But when I cuffed him, he sucker punched me right in the face.
Yeah, look at that $200 donation. It's insane. So in this scene,
yeah,
the whole car driving scenes
down vehicularly manslaughter
were kind of like a mess because the first day we were shooting was supposed to be all the interior car scenes, but then something happened with the film permit, and the guy from the LA film department showed up and said, "Get off the road! You can't be on the road. You don't have the right permit."
Don't worry.
My producer Eva had to like deal with it. She's like, "I don't know what he's talking about. We have the right permit." So either way, he wouldn't let us film in the road, so we had to pull off the side of the road and shoot the scene where we're broken down and do the whole peanut scene, and then we had to do the scene where when the sun started going down, because that's the time of day I needed to do my more emotional scene where I was like, my ex doesn't love me anymore.
I don't want you to get
and I wasn't ready to do it. I wasn't prepared at all mentally to like start getting sad.
But
So it didn't come out good at all, my scene. So we actually went back on a day and stole the shots. We went back to the desert like a 5th day with just a very bare bones crew. And I redid that emotional scene. Had a good amount of time to like get pretty sad, and do it a little bit more believably. I still don't love my performance. It could be better. But anyways, the flow of this scene and the audio levels, because I had 3 different people doing audio over the days when we pieced these scenes together, it was like a crazy nightmare editing it together, the audio. Let me read some comments now. I tend to ramble.
I'm not like most guys.
Joseph, what just me?
Try using my heart.
Ew.
Are you talking about the big green? Are you talking about... Oh, the petals was a nightmare. The petals that was the hardest part of the entire movie, the flower petals. Picking them up and reusing them, because we only had so many, and I think I spent like $700 on flower petals because they're pretty expensive, and they start rotting, and I had to keep getting more and more because we did so many things with flower petals. I didn't want to be littering with fake petals, so the real petals would, disintegrate and compost out in the desert. The car was never towed flying over trout. It was my brother laying down driving it every time. And we put a camera in the front grill, a backup camera, and he watched a monitor, and we taped a mirror to the monitor because the backup camera is backwards. So the monitor he was watching was backwards. So when he would turn right, it looked like he was turning left on the monitor. So we had to tape a mirror to it so he could look at the mirror to reverse the reversal. And he's laying down trying to shift and hide. His legs were over here and his body was down on the shotgun floor over the stick shift, and his stick was in his stomach, and he was trying to shift with his stomach not hitting it. It was insane. And then I had to get in the car and sit on him as he was shifting. It was crazy. I can't believe we pulled it off.
I don't normally talk this much.
Let me see. I'm behind on the comments. Kevin, I don't know how I don't break my bones. I'm just pretty durable, I guess. Was the car added an actor for that shot? Yes, like Sora. That's a good question. Here, let me pause this for a second.
Of course.
Ah, crap.
It just filled up a few hours.
Ah, crap. I'm gonna pause this and catch up on the questions. Where was that question? The car, yes, so in the slow motion shot when I was diving through in slow motion and the car goes through, what we did was we kept the camera rolling. I dove through, landed, got up, got in my car, and then drove it through. And then I just added the two on top of each other. My friend Paul, you guys might know Paul B. Cummings from my own brother, he cut out my car for every frame it drove through, because obviously when I drove the car through the frame, even if it was like probably only a couple minutes later, the sky changes, everything changes. So we didn't, you know, I don't know if you know things about this editing and stuff, but we had to cut the car out and even the windows so the background stayed exactly the same and the car went through. And you can see in that you can see my shoulder. I'm the one driving the car, so it's supposed to be a dream. And what he's dreaming is of the ex, because she is the flower. Every time he thinks of her, because she's like the flower in his life. That's kind of cheesy, but that's what it is. Kirk B, thank you very much for that $20. That's huge direct donation. Keith R, thank you for that $5 direct donation. You guys are the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Holy crap. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any donations. Thanks, guys. This is an amazing night. You guys are really keeping me alive. Smiley Virus, hey, bro, love the movie. So glad you posted it. Thank you, Smiley Virus. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. 235 people watching right now. This is a good live stream. Yeah, so the whole intro scene, I drive the car through. That's why it's like a thing that happens in a dream. It's like, well, there's two of him. He's running himself over. That's like just kind of weird. And it's because it was a dream. There's no explanation to that. There's no real symbolism besides he's dreaming and then he wakes up from the dream. And the dream is that he's getting hurt, and it hurts him every time he thinks of her. I said this in the commentary, but I'm saying it again. Where was the Neo Geo cameo? The Neo Geo, unfortunately, couldn't make a cameo at Dr. Pest because I sold it. Sold it to my friend Amanda. And that was because I needed to make money back that I spent on the movie. So everything's gone. Oops, I have nothing. All jokes aside, though, great job, man. Looking forward to more work. Thank you, Pest. Do you do your own makeup? I did not do my own makeup. Jenny Key is the girl who did all the makeup. She's a great makeup artist. Hello, Ryan Gack. Ryan Gack is a champion. Everyone who sees Ryan Gack, say hello. He donated $250 in the Twitch marathon a couple weeks ago so that we could shave my friend Tom's head like Gollum. And it was very fun. And then all that money went to the Twitch channel and paid back for some of the equipment you're seeing me on right now. Yeah, I just started a couple minutes ago, Ryan Gack, so you're not too late. Nathan did break a bone. Yes, I did break a bone, McManus. Well, I've actually broken 2 bones. I knocked my thumb out of the socket, and that kind of broke. Running up a set of stairs, I broke this tooth, 2 teeth. Those are bones, and I smashed my heel. Keith did it actually. I'll start the movie back up in a second. Just want to make sure I'm reading all the comments I'm doing about all the small things that had to be done before. It looks great. Captain Adam, like I could honestly talk for like 5 to 10 hours about everything I had to do. all the times I went to the florist to buy these flowers, all the clothes, everything I had to buy, every little prop, the rental place, I had to go get actual 80s handcuffs with a key so I could actually open them and not get Phoebe out of there. The old license plate I had to rent to put in the back of my car. I can't even think of it at all right now. I have a list of like, that's just the props alone. Then the camera equipment and the locations and the post process and the editing. It's a nightmare. And the rental for the locations, and then all that I had to buy a door and put that door on the wall that Katie walks out during the flashback when I get blown away, and the stunt guys and other equipment I had to pay for. And I had I had to get a location for those flashbacks that had a certain height with certain beams so that the stunt guys could actually pull me and set up all their rigs, and so the lighting people could get huge lights in there because it had to be super bright since it's in slow motion, and they had to have enough distance for the camera guy. It was like such a nightmare finding this one location. It was a mess. Something just happened. I just got a donation or something. I can't see it. I don't know if it shows up on the screen for you guys. I don't know what that was. Oh, I see it now. Loic, it was you. Oh, it makes a notification sound for me. Wow, wow. Oh, I'm missing all these donations because I'm not shutting up. Wow. I meet you again. One, hey Nathan, I've always seen you as Trevor, but then I saw this. I was really blown away by how good and well made it was. Excited for the videos. Thank you so much for that $6. That's huge. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mark Stolginkis. The moral of the story is there isn't really a moral of the story. It's basically just we're seeing a moment in this guy's life and this girl's life where he needs to get over this person and move on with his life, and this is that happening. He's just basically moving on. He keeps dwelling on it, and then this girl is going through a pretty intense moment where she's going to jail because she did something that was good for her. It was legal, but it was good for her sister. She did a good thing because her sister got screwed over. So there's now, and I'm sort of like in this compromise, like, oh man, I don't want to take this girl to jail. Like, she doesn't seem like she belongs in jail. And then when I find out she's not even really a bad person, it's like, who the heck am I to take her to prison? And I start, the car basically wants me to not take her to prison because the car is the neutral party, and the car is like unbiased in the car, although it is kind of biased because it wants me to not bring her to jail, but it wants me to do the right thing. So it shuts down and what makes us deal with our problems. And then I don't take her to jail, maybe. You guys see the other part. I've watched 5 times and every time it gets better. Keep up the good work. Can't wait for the next one. Thank you, Gaming is Still Life. Thank you. $5. That's amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Loic, thank you for being here as usual. Loic is always hanging out in the chat. Thank you for watching and being here. Thanks for that $5. Michael, hello. Thank you for being here from France. I will let you know if I need help on the next one with some effects. Everything is way more complicated than it should be. Jat Munder, I feel like this film may have a bit of a reflection on your life in a way. We all deal with heartbreaking times. Well, Steven, yeah. So I don't think I ever said this in the behind the scenes. It's based on a breakup that I went through. This whole thing is because I went through the hardest breakup of my entire life, like more than 2 years ago, a couple years ago, and could never imagine that something would. I never felt the way I felt in my life. Everything's always been pretty good. I'm pretty optimistic and positive, and I go through breakups and it's like you get over it. But this was next level. It was like a divorce in a way, and the person literally left one day and like drove away across the country. And when she drove away, I had my first panic attack and like an anxiety attack, and I've never had anything like that. Everything's just fine for me. I've been very fortunate and lucky that I've had a very simple mind and simple, easy life. But when that happened, it was like I freaked out and I didn't know what to do, and I was like panicking. And I was like the worst feeling. Only thing I could describe it as like just getting kicked through walls, and that's what I wanted to show, was that physically happening, because that's how it feels. And that scene, we'll get to it when we watch it. I'll talk more about it, but here I'll play this. I'll keep playing so we can get to it. The car is not a transformer, George. Joseph, the inspiration is sort of like based on that breakup. And I like the desert. I like movies in the desert. I like the movie Duel a lot, so it's sort of the scenery is inspired by that. The car, you could say the car's named Gloria because now I did that video. Kind of gave it a name.
While I'm gone.
Thank you, Super Durden. Oh, GTO, you saw the Skrillex video. That Skrillex video, if anyone wants to see the video I did for Skrillex, it's on Vimeo. Search Nathan Barnatt Skrillex. I think you'll find it. That's one of my favorite dance videos. But yeah, YouTube took it down. I did a lot of work on that. I doubt you remember who I am, but my friend John talked to you after Mega 64 game days. You were nicest to in the world. I remember Zappa, and I remember. I think I've talked to you online somewhere. I remember your screen name. Hello, thanks for being here. I love you too, Tony. Tony, the only tiger. No, it was not the old side of Vegas. This was out. If you look up the Kill Bill Church, it's like 2 miles on the same road as the Kill Bill Church. It's like it's on the line of San Bernardino, I think, county in LA County. Andrew, I'm glad you like the music. Everyone should check out Shaw Drew. Let's see if I can tag him. I don't know if that tagged Shaw Drew, but he has a channel. You guys should check him out. His music's amazing. Road Rash, Mr. Bean might have driven the same car. The heat wasn't so bad. Surprisingly, Donovan. I thought it was going to be a lot hotter. Tony, I'm going to do another Gymnasia. I got another one planned. Yeah, everyone should check out Duel. If you guys haven't seen Duel, it's Steven Spielberg's first movie, and it's one of my favorites. We were out in the same locations that they shot that in.
Can I get out to stretch?
Fabio, yeah, this is my car, and it's like a kind of cool car. It's like, well, I should use this car for the movie, and this is supposed to take place. It was supposed to take place in the early '80s, but
oh God, I'm so sorry.
I made a joke in there where she calls the car Steve Urkelmobile, and I didn't want to take it out, and that sort of dates it. His first appearance was 1989, so I had to make it 89, but I preferred. I wanted this to be like 81 or 82.
I'm not gonna run away.
That's why they don't have cell phones.
You would catch me anyway.
I just like
I just want to walk
old
around.
stuff, but you guys might know that already. Adventures by George. I'm glad you asked that. Why does she wear red and I wear blue? Because she's supposed to be the bad person. So she's like red, which is like, sort of like the devil or bad, and blue is usually looked at as good. And I'm the good guy, and she's the bad person because she's the criminal. But that's what it's sort of a subconscious thing. I just wanted us to be opposites because we're opposing, I'm taking her away. So
Freedom!
Katie and I are both wearing blue because we were together and matching, and we were like, worked well together. That's why I wanted Phoebe and I to be wearing different colors.
Hasn't been a car for hours.
And I found that dress at a Salvation Army, and I loved it, and I was saving it for something. I was like, ooh, it's kind of weird, but I have a few girls' dresses because I never know when I'm going to film something and need a wardrobe for people. But I find cool ones like this that are like 70s or 80s that I just kind of like to look at. So I saved it for it, and I was like, oh, it fits Phoebe perfectly, so it was pretty great that it worked for the short.
Therefore, you're the most frustrating person.
And then I ended up finding a same duplicate. It's a very rare dress. It's just like, you're lucky if you find it. It's just like a random dress. But I found the same one on Etsy, but it was bigger. But that was her backup dress in case anything happened.
Who knows magician tricks?
Oh, so nice little ladies.
Rangak, I'm glad you like my butt's asleep. I'm gonna pause this. On that, I wanted this. To me, it was really funny, but it didn't get too many comments. When it comes back from this flashback, I wanted it to be like a surprise. Austin, thank you very much for that $10. This movie was totally worth the wait. Everyone show your love in the chat. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's super nice of you. Oh, wow. Nicholas L., I got your direct donation of $15. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Nicholas. And thanks again, Austin. This has been a great, great stream. You guys are really paying me back for all this money I've spent. If you guys are just joining, I was talking about earlier, 223, 222 is my favorite. Oh, it just switched to 222 right when I said it. Whoa, what's it mean? 222 is my lucky number. I'm happy that this is the amount of people who are in here right now. Thanks, guys. 2,222 would be freaking crazy. If you didn't hear, I shot 2 pretty great videos that I'm excited to put out in the next couple weeks. Over the weekend, I shot 2 videos. They just physically destroyed me. You can kind of see, maybe you can't see, there's like some cuts. I have thorns all in my hands. I have cuts on the tops in my hands. There was rocks in my skin that I was picking out. I beat myself up this every day, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and Friday too. I did a rehearsal. I destroyed myself, and I spent $1,200 making 2 new videos. So all this money is replenishing that. So thank you. If you guys have an extra buck, I could use it. I always spend too much money on my videos because I want them to be good, and I don't ever make the money back ever on YouTube. So this is my way that I can sort of make a living, is through hanging out with everybody and getting donations. So thank you to everyone who has. I really appreciate everyone, even if it's just a buck. I was just going to answer a question. Oh, so here, I was talking about this. In this scene, I wanted it to be, the music's sort of like slow and kind of hypnotic, and it starts building up, and you see like, oh, they're going to kiss. Oh, wow, this is nice. It's such a nice memory. Oh, man, I'm jealous of their relationship.
But to sleep.
And then he's interrupted with this annoying freaking lady. My butt's asleep.
Can I get out to stretch?
It's like he was lost in this daydream. He had like one moment of escape, and like he's like sort of at peace when he's thinking about her. And it's kind of like, that's what I went through when I was going through my breakup. It's like just thinking about them was sort of like being with them for sort of a second. You could sort of like feel what it's like to be with them when you're just daydreaming about them, and you kind of get lost. And then reality comes back, and you're like, oh, I'm at the bank, and this lady's yelling at me. My life stinks. I'm still alone. And that was what I was trying to show in that moment.
Away.
Thank you, Alan. Yes, there will be a sequel. I have it written. I actually was just writing right before this. I was out writing
Whatever.
part 3. I have part 3 like almost finished. Part 2 is written and done, and I'm ready to shoot it. I just gotta like organize and figure out what I'm gonna do, and if I'm gonna get funds from like a production, the financer or someone. I just don't want to have to do the fundraiser again.
Freedom.
Yeah, Tim, blood, sweat, and tears for sure. So, super dirt and $13. Thank you very much. It's relaxing. It's funny you say that, because that was a joke. I forget who I was talking with about it, but it would be funny to do neutral's the first one, first gear would be the second one, and third gear would be like, or second gear, whatever would be the third one. But that's kind of confusing. Second gear, third part. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it neutral chapter 2, neutral chapter 3, because when they're all done, they won't be shorts anymore. I'm gonna put them together, and it will just be one movie called Neutral.
I have no idea what you're saying.
But I have part 2 written, and part 3
talk more.
I started changing completely today. I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is my way. Hear this?
Magician tricks.
Oh, so nice little ladies can't do anything wrong? You don't know me just because we spent a couple hours in the car together.
I needed to let the audience know what she did, but I hate in movies when they say exactly what they did. It's like, you're under arrest for the murder of so-and-so, blah, 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 and you're taken to jail. Oh, thank you very much. Now the audience knows exactly what's going on. It's so obvious when you're telling the audience what's happening. So I didn't want to tell the audience what was going on until a little bit later. So it's like you had to kind of figure it out organically. And I still am a little iffy about that line where I'm like, what are you even doing stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars? It's like, oh, thank you for just straight up. It was so hard to write that in a casual way. Like, how can you let the audience find out what she did without just telling them? How you can learn it. So that's why in the very beginning I just show she's handcuffed. You see it. Okay, she did something wrong. Or I'm kidnapping her. You don't know yet. But then she opens the glove compartment. Hopefully if you can read it, it's pretty quick. You can see it says bail enforcement agent. Okay, I'm taking her to jail. If you know what a bail enforcement agent is, it's the legal term for bounty hunter. So I'm taking her away. We understand what's happening without saying a word. That's what I like about movies that do it right, where you just learn it and don't have to be told. So that line where I'm like, what are you even doing stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars? I'm like, I just have to say it, even though I don't have a better way to do this. But you didn't know why she stole $100,000 till later. I figured it'd be best if you learn that at the end, so then you have sympathy for her and you're on her side. It's like, okay, man, she's not a criminal. She was helping her sister. Let her go. And that's when, I do in the end. Drac Noir, here I'm going to hit play. I don't know if I want to do another Kickstarter because I barely got $30,000 last time.
What are you doing, bounty?
So I think I would probably get less this time because people,
who can't restrain a
some people who donated might not have liked this. So there's a good chance less people will donate. And I can't imagine the same amount of people donating the same amount again. It's like a kind of like every time you'll get less and less, So And I need like almost, I probably need like $100,000 to do part 2. Oh, there's an ad. Let's watch the ad on my own channel so I can get $1.
I think heroic.
Let's skip that. I'm gonna pause it. So yeah, I need more money for the second part because there's more special, practical and special effects where I'll be smashing through things in the air, and there's more locations, more actors. It's a much bigger episode. It's not just a simple thing like it is here with like 2 or 3 actors. So I need more money, and I almost am positive that I will not get $100,000 from the internet when I barely got 30, and then I had to sell everything I owned and get the 20 to make it the final 50,000. And I don't have any more stuff to sell unless I sold my car, and that's only gonna get me like $20,000, if that. Apparently my car is worth $20,000, but I need it in the movie. So I just don't know what to do. So I'm trying to find like a place who produces movies. I'm trying to talk to these companies and financiers to like get me the money and just do it the legitimate way, like the old school way, just getting a company to pay for it. But I don't know where to go to. If anyone knows a rich uncle who would give me $100,000 and they can be like executive producer and be in the movie doing whatever they want, please tell them. If you have an rich aunt or uncle or grandmother, tell them this guy's breaking his bones making stuff and no one watches. Man, if I was only doing crappy content like Logan Paul, and maybe I could have my own money to make something good. Let's read some comments. Neutral 2 Electric Boogaloo. That's good. That's a good title. Civ. Phoebe is a really good actress. You guys should check out Phoebe in all sorts of things. She was on Silicon Valley last season. She's on. I think she was on like some cowboy show or something. She's always working. She's booking stuff constantly. She's great. She's going to blow up. So hopefully I can get parts 2 and 3 done before she's like super busy with her own movie. It's her own blockbuster Paramount movie. Here's the thing, Nathan. There's no real downside to running another Kickstarter. Even if it only got $12 from Kickstarter, that's still $12 more than you'd get without running it one. Well, Ryan Gack, the thing is, I have to make on Kickstarter. You have to make your goal, or otherwise you don't get the money. So I don't know what to set the goal at, $50,000, and hopefully get more. Usually it starts to taper out and people stop donating when the goal is hit. If I ask for $100,000, I won't. It'll be all that effort and work and pushing it, and if it doesn't make it, I don't get anything. And then I did all that and spent all that time promoting it. It's like, or I could do Indiegogo, and it lets you keep whatever you get. So if I got, say, $10,000 on Indiegogo, I still need $90,000 more, and I'm just sitting there with everyone's $10,000, and they're like, "What are you gonna do with my money? Do something with it." And I'm like, "But it's not enough. I can't do anything with it, so it's just sitting in my bank account." And people are like ticked that I just have their money for nothing. So it's like really hard to like do it. Guilfoyle deserved it. He did. I'll tell him. I am friends with Guilfoyle. I'll tell him you said so. I bought the poster the day it hit YouTube. I wonder how much of that $30 Nathan gets. I forget. Pancreatic. I can look into that. I can see. I forget what my cut is of the merchandise. I think I get 60% of the merchandise. So whatever 60% of 30 is, maybe that's like $20 I get. I don't know. Can't do math right now. I'm actually going to talk to my godfather next week and show him the short and hook you up. We worked with The Rock, Vin Diesel, etc. I can DM you on Insta if I get leads. What, Donovan? All right. You do whatever you want, man. That would be insanely amazing. Thank you. I'm not The Rock, but I think I am more dangerous and tougher than The Rock because I do my own stunts with no wires. And I could very well die and have come very close to dying. And I still get it done. So tell him to tell The Rock there's a new stunt man in town. The Rock doesn't even do his own stunts. His cousin does his stunts. Austin, thank you very much. I saw the commentary the first time I saw you with Aaron Hansen. You were in the TMNT. How did you end up running into Ego Raptor and working with him? Austin, I'll answer this question, and then I will hit play again so we can finish this movie. Aaron came to one of my shows at the Upright Citizens Brigade. It was a Keith Abacary show, and I pulled some people onto the stage from the audience, and Aaron was one of them. And I had known of Ego Raptor, but I didn't know what he looked like because he just did cartoons at the time. And then he's like talking to me outside the show. He's like, "Oh, I'm a big fan." I was like, "Oh, cool, thanks, dude." We're talking out on the sidewalk, and then He said, I have a YouTube channel too, Eagle Raptor. And I was like, that's you? What? I had no idea. The kid that was on stage with me was like more popular than everyone in the show, more popular than like Paul Scheer and everyone else who was in the show that night. And I was like, dang, this is crazy. And then we just became friends after that. And he'd come over and help me with my arcade games. He helped me one time, a long time ago. I had his Pac-Man cabinet, and he came over and like soldered on a save chip that like makes it so the cabinet will save your high scores. He was just always like down to hang out and just help me with things. He's one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life. He's the most giving and nice and genuine person I've ever met. He's helped me out more than my own parents, honestly. He bought like a lot of my arcade cabinets, and all that money helped me to finish this movie. So everyone tell Aaron Hansen that I love him, and he's helped me out more than he knows. And every time he even just like tweets something of mine, he's a cool dude. Glad he's my friend. What if The Rock is in the sequel? He can be the bail enforcement boss. Michelle, that's a good idea. If The Rock sees this and likes it, he's welcome to be in the sequel. I do have a role that is my boss in the second one. It's a woman though, but maybe I could change it for The Rock if he wants it. Congrats on making such a banging first film, man. It was amazing, both by the fact that you were able to do so much with such a small budget, but also the great symbolism and messaging with the movie. Well, thank you, Austin. Thank you. Thanks for that $5. I really appreciate it. I'm not The Rock, but I am tougher than The Rock in Barnatt 2018. That's true, Nestor. I stand by it. He also has muscle to pad his body. I don't have that. Aaron did kill Jacksepticeye a couple days ago, though. Oh, I heard there wasn't something going on with him and Jack where, like, it was a video, though, right? Like, just like a joke or something, not like real life drama. I think I haven't watched this. I heard something. They did something together. Hello, Mangoes. Thanks for being here. All right. I know I'm missing a lot of the comments. I'm so sorry. Normally I'm responding to every comment, but there's not normally this many people in the chat. So thank you all for being here. If everyone here has an extra $1, I could sure use it. I spent $1,200 this weekend making 2 new videos, and this is how I make my living, is doing these live streams. And then it all goes back into videos. And I need to thank Rico V for that $10 direct donation. Thank you. I see it. All the direct donations that you guys give, which is down in the description for those who don't know, my Streamlabs goes right to my PayPal. I see them all. They pop up on my phone, so I see them. Thank you for doing that. I sleep to learn about scenes when you're being dragged by a car. Plus play for the hint. Okay. A heart. Here I go. So this is my favorite scene. I think this is most people's favorite scene.
Why can't we talk?
Because that's all you
I don't love my acting here, though.
Fixed anything yet?
Talking's not gonna fix anything. You don't talk to
Katie
me.
Malia,
You
amazing
talk at
person
me.
and actress.
When I
She's an
tell-
amazing dancer, too. You guys should check her out. You guys like me and my dancing? Look at Katie. She's like a trained ballerina. And she does more than just ballet. She's so good at dancing.
I won't live like this. We tried. We really
I don't love
did.
my reactions.
I can't.
I was thinking of so much this day. The stunts.
It's been 3 years.
This is all shot. I'll pause this. See this? See that door behind her? That's fake. My friend Juice. I bought this door at Home Depot. We bolted it to the wall, and it didn't fit. She had to like step up over the threshold. I mentioned that in the commentary. This wall, right on the opposite side of this wall, is the bedroom. The brick wall was on the opposite. It was like this one stage, studio stage. It had 3, and then right behind me, to my right a little bit, is the bar set that we set up. So it all happened in like one wall, the other wall, this wall. It was like all in one room, and I needed to hide that and change things up. So when you see behind me, you can see the brick wall. That's the same wall, but that the bedroom was. So I thought if anyone notices, see, the bed is right to the right where that little lampshade, you can sort of see a lampshade down in the bottom right corner. I wanted it to be blue back there. Honestly, this scene was supposed to be in my front yard. It was supposed to be outside at the front door. We just got out of the car. I had the groceries in my hand, and it's like this random moment, because that's like sort of what happens. It's like, breakups happen. Like sometimes it happens in the middle of a store, or like you're like, wait, what? Right now we're breaking up? What's going on? No. And this is what that's supposed to be. Like that's why I'm still holding the groceries. We just came in. It was supposed to be in front of my house, but we couldn't get anything to hook the wires on. I would have had to rent like a one of those cranes that you can go up into, like, get really high, like the paint things or whatever. A lift, hydraulic lift. That's what I might get for the next chapter because I'm going to do some similar type stunts. But I wanted her to walk in the front door of the house and blow me across the yard, and then I slammed. I would slam. What was I going to slam through? I think I slammed through into a bush or something. Thank you, Mr. Wolfie. I see that donation. Thank you very much. So I couldn't do that. I had to get all this stuff shot in one day. I had to cut it down, so we did it all in one location. So that's why this location is here, and I don't love it. But thinking about all of that and the lighting and the stunts, I wasn't really prepared, and I didn't feel great about my acting. But it got the job done. It's fine. I think it could be better. Next, I'm going to work harder on focusing on myself in the next chapter.
Stop.
No. It's done.
So, right here, I got pulled all the way through the shot. It was a really big pull. I went out of the frame. They like yanked me away. And I wanted to show all that, but it was just too long. I just kept going because it was so slow. And also I overshoot the hamper, and then the next shot I'm supposed to be landing on the hamper, so it would be like, wait, he was out of the frame, and then he's sitting in the hamper. So unfortunately I couldn't show the whole pull. I will show that in the bonus behind the scenes. No, Jonathan, YouTube did not promote it at all. I emailed a guy I know at YouTube, but I didn't write back. So, oops, whatever. Well, thank you, hand in the bag. Thank you, Wolfie. I'm glad you thought the acting was good. I was impressed how well you could do the drama. I know. I think people are impressed because they usually see me doing absolutely insane characters and over-the-top, stupid, dumb comedy. So I think that has helped me in a way. When you see someone acting so ridiculous and moronic, acting slightly good at drama is like, well, it's impressive. But if you'd seen me doing more dramatic stuff earlier and then this, you might be like, oh, it's not that good. But by comparison, it looks great. Maybe I'm too hard on myself. I just know I could have been better. But thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. I think it's fine. It's good enough. So, all right, here we go. I'd love to see something of yours at Sundance. Well, thank you, Posty. Thank you for that $2. I love you. I sent it to Sundance, but I didn't get in. But I'm gonna send I'm gonna submit when they're all done and all the parts are done. And this is a feature. I'll submit it to the film festivals again as a complete feature, and maybe it will get in as a feature. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for sending that. I really appreciate it. Any chance to get carry the movie? Technics. I have an idea for a movie, but I don't know how I would get that made. That would be very, very, very expensive. The comedians make amazing dramatic actors. Well, thank you, Dorlaxon. I want to play a very bad guy, like a murderer, a psycho. I want to play like Robin Williams did in 24-Hour Photo. I'd love to play a believable psychopath. Not like over the top, silly, like a very realistic bad person. That would be very fun for me to play because I think bad guys are close in not bad guys, but like evil characters are similar or easy to play. I don't know how to word this. It's less of a jump from comedy to sinister, in my opinion. So someday, maybe, if someone casts me in something, I'm auditioning for things, so maybe I'll get something like that. If I put my focus and put the energy out, maybe it'll come. Thank you very much, Joshua. Oh, I just got your... Oh, whoa. Kevin S., I just got your $10 donation, and Benjamin L. Thank you for that $20.02. I like that. 22. Oh, is that for 2002? 2002, like my car? That's pretty clever if that's what you're doing. Joshua, oh, thank you for that $15. This is amazing. You guys are flooring me with generosity. I did not expect donations like this evening. Next week will be grave stories from a grave digger, as usual, for those of you who watch, or if you don't know, now you do. Every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. LA time, I read ghost stories, true, real ghost stories from real people. I used to be a gravedigger in Massachusetts, so I kind of take on the character of a gravedigger, and I read stories, and I get very scared because they're very scary, and ghosts horrify me. Just thought about the scenes where you're being pulled are really best ways to express the pain. Join up, I see another film, a video, like this. Thank you. I meet you again. That was something I wanted to do since that breakup, and I'm happy that people are enjoying it so much and liking it and thinking that it symbolizes that feeling very well, because I have never seen that happen either in another movie, and I was happy that I was like the first person, as far as I know, to do that. I have another similar thing I'd like to show in the other parts. That's a very big symbolic way of showing how much something hurts. I don't know how I'm going to pull it off. Oh my gosh, Adventures by George. Enjoyed the film for the first frame, and I'm telling everyone I can about it. Thank you. I can't wait to see you at Free Play Florida again this year. You have and have you in my vlog. Well, thank you, George. I'll see you there. If you guys don't know, Free Play Florida is a great convention. I will be there. Keith Apicary will be there, and Angry Video Game Nerd James Rolfe will be there. It's November 9th in Orlando, Florida. It's an awesome video game and pinball convention. It's super fun. If you guys are in or near Florida, you should check it out. I'll be there, and I'm going to do the Grave Stories live. Gonna do a lot of stuff. I'll see you there, George. Thank you so much for that $10. Mike, holy crap, this film was fantastic. I was planning on watching some, then finishing up later, but wasn't able to stop once I started. Awesome job. Well, thank you, Mike. Thanks for saying that. I'm super happy you liked it. I've been getting a very overwhelming positive praise in response to this, and I was thinking, oh, it's just because these are like people who like my stuff. Great, they're always gonna say good things. So I was trying to think, taking them for granted, but it seems like I've only had like 2 bad comments, and they weren't even very bad. It was like, I liked it a lot, but it was kind of boring, which I thought I was going to get a lot more. Shut up. Maker Actual. Shut up. I couldn't donate for this, but you've made my day on a more constant basis than anyone over a decade. Much love. Movie was incredible and full of personality. Holy crap. Thank you. Oh my God. Yeah, Frank, everyone say Champ and Maker. Oh my God. Wow. Thank you so much. $50. That's huge. Oh my God. Wow. Thank you very much. And thank you for watching for so long. I'm glad you like all my nonsense. I know everyone who watches is aware that I'm not as popular as other people on YouTube, and I really want to say thank you to everyone who's been commenting. I've read every single comment, liked every comment. I'll check again later because I haven't checked in like an hour, but I read every comment because I have OCD on every video, and I've read everyone specifically on neutral and on my commentary. If you guys haven't seen it, please watch the commentary version. I probably answered things better than I'm doing here because I'm sort of just rambling. Thank you for everyone who said and that they are aware that I'm sort of an underrated person on YouTube. That makes me feel good. It makes me think, okay, I am making stuff that's kind of worth watching, because I don't know. I just make what I think, and I don't know if it's any good, but it's, you know, and not everyone's going to like your stuff. So it's nice to hear that people are liking it. Even though it's a small audience, it's still an audience, and I appreciate everyone. And thank you all for saying that you think I should get more views. I appreciate it. I don't really mind that I don't get a lot of views. It'd be nice, obviously, but like really, the main goal is just to make something, get it out of your system, put it out, and move on. Do the next one. And just over your life, you look back at all the things you made, like, I had fun, that was great, I made some stuff that I'm proud of. And that's really what I'm doing. That's what I do every day. And I can keep doing it because you guys are watching and donating. So thank you. Thank you. A couple of times. What was the question, Dorlaxon? You're answering for someone. You should work with James. I have worked with James. We're friends. We've done a bunch of stuff together. Yeah, everyone, thank you for donating. Thank you. Yeah, and thank you for everyone who shared. Like I don't think I've ever had something more shared ever, and I know I can see the motivation and the push behind everyone helping me. I'm seeing every tweet, every comment, every Instagram post, and I'm seeing it all. I haven't seen any of the stuff on Facebook because I'm not on there. I did log back onto my fan page to post it because I was like, I should post it there, but I haven't really been checking in on that. So thank you to everyone who's shared on Facebook as well. I just don't use Facebook anymore. I haven't done a horror movie with James Mitty. I love it. Been watching forever. Well, thank you, Sean. Okay, I'm gonna hit play again. Let's get back to this. I'm trying to think of things I can say about this that I didn't say in the commentary. Please, after this, if you guys want, or whenever later, just watch the commentary version. It'll be easier and less long and rambly. Cosmic, if you can subtitle, a lot of people have subtitled neutral. If you guys want to subtitle a language that it hasn't been subtitled yet, please, anyone, I'm open to anyone subtitling any of my videos. I will accept them all. I did it in English before I had it loaded. I was like, oh, I should subtitle this. So thank you to everyone else who's done all the other languages. And if there's any that haven't been added, I'll take it, because I think that does help with views. It helps people to click on it. Oh, dude, thank you for sharing it on Reddit. I saw a couple posts on Reddit. Thank you to everyone who has done that. Oh, yeah, Jeremy, that's a good idea. Gravedigger. I am actually working on a project right now for a comedy television network where I will be a gravedigger. It's based on my real job as a gravedigger. Working on that with my friend Charlene Yee. I don't know if you guys know Charlene. She's my roommate and friend, and we will be on that project together. And hopefully you will all be watching it and enjoying it. If that happens, that will change my life, and then I will just use all of my paychecks to make more movies, feature movies, not just shorts. Dang, Aaron, this is making it hard for me to get back and talk to you guys. Are so generous. Austin Asbury, $20 direct donation. Thank you, Austin. Well, Aaron says, wicked film. Here's a little to get the next one made. Let's do this. Also, the soundtrack was fantastic. Great work by Shadru. Please use him for the next one. I am and will. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, everyone, if you want to help out Shadru, you can download. The link is in the description. Not of this though, but in the description of the movie. You can buy the soundtrack that supports Shadru. He's just an independent chiptune artist, but he does more than chiptunes. He goes beyond chiptunes, and he makes like really great music. And he's in college, so support him and buy the soundtrack. It's in the descriptions. He's amazing. Anything great movie show my friends. What's the Gravedigger thing? I can't talk about it too much, Weevok, but it's a project for a comedy channel that we're working on. I mean, I probably could talk about it. I just feel like I'm not supposed to. That's just like this hidden rule that no one really says if you're allowed to or not. But I think some people talk about their projects that are in development. But it's something that I think it's like one of the better. It's because now it's like, oh, we kind of like we found something that works very well and is easy for us to write. But it's based on my job as a gravedigger. It's a comedy. It would be a television comedy. Oh, awesome, Bobbert, thank you for buying the soundtrack. Shadru appreciates it. Yeah, Dual Accent. I was gonna use the Midnight originally, but as I was writing it, it just didn't fit. I was gonna use the Midnight songs, and I was like, no, this isn't right. It's not right. And I was listening to a lot of Shadru at the time, and as I was writing, I just started hearing the songs and all the scenes. So I wrote the whole thing to Shadru's songs. So it just fit so much better in my head. The Midnight could have worked as well, but I think Shadru was a much better fit. What brought me to your work? Oh, wow, Fort Yort. I'm glad that you found me through Charlene. We make such different things, Charlene and I. Like, our comedy is sort of similar because it's very silly, but like our tastes and tones are much different. But that's why this project we're working on together will be kind of cool, because it's us together and it's a unique duo. Glad you saw Neutral, Fort Yort. Thank you. Spam Goody. $5, thank you. Been a fan since Screw Tech days. I love this movie and I'm so happy for you. Thanks again. Take care. Oh, thank you, Spam. Thank you. You should write a movie about midget dwarf and mortician and call it a little morbid. That's funny. But I feel like that could be a little insensitive. I don't know if I would want to do that. I feel bad that I even laughed at that. Okay, let's continue. I'm really rambling here. Austin, you think they would? If someone wants to show someone there, if anyone knows anyone at the Alamo Draft House who does the programming and they want to play neutral before a movie, let them know. I'm down for this to be played anywhere just to get the word out. But is Chugging Gigabytes still in the works? Jeremy, it was not in the works for a long time. It kind of got shut down, but just starting last week and now this week, it is back in the works, and I am on a new lead, and I think it's going to happen now. I've been working on it. I've been pushing it since I thought of it back in like 2011 or whatever. So I'm glad that you asked. I'm glad you are curious, and it shows people who still care. If you guys who don't know, Chugging Gigabytes is a game show I came up with that Keith Apicary would host, and I'm pitching it to television networks. But it's now back in the running, and I think I got an interested party. Okay, here we go. Audio quality doesn't seem very high compared to other versions of the song on YouTube. I don't know, so I got the actual track from them. They sent me like the high quality song, so I cut it a little shorter. It's not the same length, but it should be the high quality song. All right, here we go. Back to the breakup. So she just broke up with me, and it freaking kills. And that's another reason I had the groceries. I wanted stuff to fly through the air. And originally I was supposed to hit a bunch of shelves and smash through the shelves. Here I wanted it, this is my favorite fly because I'm twisting in the air. This right here, I'm gonna pause because this was maybe one of the hardest physical things for me to do, this one shot. When I was doing this, oh my God, Ducky, $10. Dude, a long-time fan. Neutral was amazing. I've watched it several times and my girlfriend loves it too. Thank you so much for being here. Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Ducky, and to your girlfriend. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. All right, so this shot. To get this right, here, I'm going to pause it at the very beginning. So see how I'm like laying down? The wire was wrapped around me, around my chest, and I was wearing this harness. It was super tight, and I couldn't like bend because it was so tight. So I had to lay down like this and roll over to her, but not block her. And it was so hard to do with my neck and being restricted. I was sweating, holding myself in this position because I need to lean over. See me leaning over to then get yanked back and get ready for the yank, and it hurt. I don't know why, but it hurt so bad. My core was working harder than it's ever worked, and then I got yanked, went through the air, and you sort of black out. It's kind of like when you're doing a backflip. If you guys know what it's like to do a backflip, you kind of don't see anything for a second. You kind of black out, and you see like the first second leaving the ground, then you see right when you're landing. But your eyes like roll in the back of your head or something. That happened in this. So it's just rolling. So I just kind of wait until I hit something. And it was hard for them to pull me the right. They didn't know. We had to test it out. And like to hit the back of the chair was a hard thing to aim for. So I did this a lot of times. And one time I hit the arm of the chair. And this was a very sturdy chair. And down in the bottom, you can't see it because we had it removed. There was a black mat on the back of the chair. So this is the mat and this is the chair. And I come and I hit it like this. So instead of so we didn't want the chair to just slide backwards. We put the mat right behind it so it would be like a hinge and it would tip. But I hit the arm and that was so low, it was like if I hit it right here, it didn't tip. I needed to go higher to tip it. So it stopped me and I hit the arm right in the dead center of my spine. And I was like really spinning. I was like boom, 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 boom. You can't see how fast I was moving. I should show the actual speed of it in the behind the scenes. When it's in regular speed, I am moving and I just slam into the chair and it just stopped me dead and I laid on the ground. But like I was sort of in a daze because you're like spinning, waiting, what's gonna happen? Then you hit the chair and then I was on the ground. I was just like, where am I? What happened? I couldn't see like if I was looking at the ceiling or the floor, you kind of like figure out where you are. That one was the worst take because it hit really hard and everyone thought I like broke my back because I just wasn't moving because I was just thinking. And then I got up and I was like, oh, I'm fine. Sorry, I don't know why I spaced out like that. And oh gosh. And then on the hamper fall, it's coming up. So anyways, that was insane. Mike, I'll thank you in a second. Thank you. I see your donation. That's Keith Apicary's shirt for those who want it. So right here, see on my hand, I needed to hit the hamper because I wanted the hamper to go flying. I was trying to get stuff just moving in the air to take advantage of the slow motion and to show destruction. Because basically what I'm trying to show is how bad it hurts when someone breaks up with you. Basically just someone punches you through a wall and you're smashing stuff. That's what I wanted. I wanted extreme destruction during this nice sort of song. This is a sort of like building, charging song. I just thought the visual with the music worked really well. And I wish there was just more destruction, but I couldn't afford to have a bookshelf that I could break over and over and have like multiple bookshelves. So I brought my hamper and I broke it on the first try, this like basket or whatever. And on the first one, I landed, when I'm grabbing at the hamper, I landed on my fist, and the impact, I basically just like punched myself in the chest, and I knocked the wind out of myself, and I couldn't breathe. I was like this, and I was like crawling on the ground over to the monitor to see what the shot looked like, and everyone was like, what's happening? Because I was just crawling around the ground going, and they were like, is he like suffocating? What's happening? No one wanted to touch me. And then I got over to the monitor. I go, play it. Because I was like, I knew I was fine in my head. I was like, oh, I just knocked the wind out of myself. But I couldn't speak to tell everyone I knocked the wind out of myself. So they were like, what is happening? And then I just wanted to see what the shot looked like. And then I could finally speak. And I was like, play it. I want to see what. And they were like, oh, God, you freaked us out. But I just knocked the wind out of myself. So that was like probably the biggest injury, and then hitting the chair. But yeah, this would have been... In this second part, I'm going to try to make up, if I get more money, I'm going to try to make up for the things I didn't get to do in this one and sort of put them in the second part. Because there's still some visuals I would love to show that I couldn't show because I just didn't have the money for it. This is my table from my backyard. I said it before, that's John Epperson. John just choreographed the video that I spent a ton of money on this weekend, the single take pizza delivery guy video. He's in that. He's an amazing stunt man. He does like the Waterworld shows at like Universal. He's in tons of movies. He just like choreographs fight scenes. He choreographed the whole fight scene from the Ninja Turtles, my Keith Apicary music video, the other single take. He's in a lot of single take things with me. He choreographed all the fighting. He's in that as one of the fighters. And one of the junkyard thugs in the Keith Apicary TMNT SONG music video. You guys should look it up. Look up Keith Apicary TMNT. It's a single take music video. John choreographed all the fighting. That was how I first met him. He's awesome. He works so hard and does so much for me. He's amazing. I can see Seth right next to my leg back there. My brother Seth is in the background. My friend Bob is the bartender. The black hair you're seeing behind John is Juice, my friend Stephanie, who did the set dressing on this, and she bolted the door to the wall and set everything up. She does set dressing on TV stuff. I'm so behind in the comments. Sorry, everybody. Mike, thank you very much for that $5 I gave before, but I think you deserve a little bit more, especially since you sold almost all your belongings to fund this movie. I'm honored to help. Thank you very much. Thank you. That helps out a ton. Let me read some comments here. I do make a type of instrumental music, music and movie video game like comment MIDI. Make a comment on the post I made in my community, or send me a tweet me and say, hey, I make music, and then I'll go check out your stuff. Thanks for being here, NES. Neat Evie. Hey Evie, what's up? Chef Bob Chef oh, the music. Okay, 251 people watching. Holy crap. Laura's good. Weevok, I saw her recently. The coffee table looks like a comfortable landing spot. Yeah. Who's the guy sitting with the blue shirt? Oh, I don't remember who that was. That was one of the crew people. Oh, the blue shirt between my legs? That's Joshua, my friend Joshua Berryman. He was like the main PA and did like, he got all the food, he ran around, he did tons of errands, got gas for the RV that we had out in the desert, basically our mobile office, gas for all the cars. He did all that grunt work and errands, and he like hustled harder than everyone else. Like he probably did more work than I did, honestly. He's awesome, and he sat in there. He's a really cool dude. And the guy with that's closest to the camera, I thought you were talking about that person. I'm not sure who that is. The girl on the left is Jenny, the other girl at the bar that she did makeup. Everyone just kind of like helped out and got in the shot for me because I needed to look like, I wanted more people over here to the right, like milling about like it was a bar, but didn't have anybody. It's a very small crew. So here we go. I'm gonna continue on. There's the good hit. that, I'll go back here. That picture, you can see the flowers down there. I mentioned that in the commentary. The flowers, that's why I associate the flowers with her, because these flowers were like the flowers she liked and she had around in the house. You can see them in all the shots in the house. So I associate her with that flower. It's something I don't think people will really read into or think about, but maybe someone would. That table bump was a pretty good one. I did it like 10 times too. I was like so charged up for that. I just jumped up and slammed down. My table is broken now out in the backyard. And I hit it so hard the wood like wobbles. You can see it sort of in the shot. And then I bounced off onto the floor, and I liked that too, but it was just too long and I had to cut. I wish I could have shown the full extent of every stunt and every full pull and every full impact, but I couldn't. So yeah, that picture right there at my foot is me in the woods upside down. If you've bought my Going Ostrich book, if you didn't, search Going Ostrich. I made a book. It's for sale at kmart.com. It's me with my head stuck in a ton of different things. If you guys know my old videos, Going Ostrich is one of my old videos that went kind of viral. Got like over 1 million views. It's like, all right, did all right, I guess. I made a book out of that, and that is a poster of one of the pictures from the book that my brother Josh took, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to stick in there. And yes, I'm wearing Keith Apocary's sweatshirt for all the true fans. And there is a Sega Genesis on a Model 1 Sega CD with a Game Genie in the cartridge, and then the game in the Game Genie is a hack. I don't know if anyone knows about this, but I am doing this. It's Streets of Rage and Ninja Turtles combined. It's basically Streets of Rage 2, and you can play as the Ninja Turtles. You guys should look up that game. It's a homebrew game. You can buy the actual cartridge. It's worth it. Someone made it, and you can buy it online. Look up Streets of Rage, Ninja Turtles. It's awesome. MMA history. Holy crap, I had a question about the awards you won. How long before the film was released had you submitted the film? How did you get them to watch it in the first place? There's a website called... why am I spacing on it? Without a Box, and in Without a Box is like every film festival in the world is there, and you just go through the list of festivals, find the ones you want, and click submit, and your video is basically like loaded. Your Vimeo link or whatever link you connect to your account, you just click it and you submit your video, your movie very easily. So I submitted to 40 film festivals starting last fall when I had the edit finished, and that's how I got into every film festival, by submitting the short to the festivals through Without a Box. And I got into so far 4. I'm still waiting. It might get into some more this fall. There's more this fall and this winter that I haven't found out about. But I was sick of waiting for the world to see it and everyone who donated to see it. So I was like, and I know film festivals, the reason I hadn't put it out yet was because film festivals don't like when you put it on the internet because they want it to be special for their film festival. It's like, this hasn't been seen anywhere, so come watch it at our film festival. But now that it's on the internet, and these film festivals might Google, and they might go, oh, it's already on the internet, we're not picking this. So it might have hurt my chances to get into more film festivals, but I honestly don't care because I just wanted to put it out, and I want to start moving on and just moving on to the second chapter. And now that it's out, I can hopefully use this to send it to investors and people what I ask to help me pay for the next parts. Like, here's the first one. It looks pretty good, right? You like it? Well, the next one will be even better. So that's the answer, MMA. Thank you for that $10 donation. That's super nice of you. All right, cool. Here we go. Continuing on. That was another pricey thing. That was $250 I had just for this one truck to drive by. I had to rent this truck. I needed an old truck that would exist when my car would exist in like the 70s or 80s. And the guy was pretty nice. He gave me a lower rate. It was $250 for the weekend. My brother Josh, who did still photography on this, you guys might know of Josh, he was the one that drove the truck by. My friend Nora Zahetner, she's another great actress. I would like to have her in one of the next parts of Neutral. I haven't even talked to her about that. But Nora shot a short, and she rented this truck, and that's how I saw it. So that's how I found out about it. So thanks, Nora. So this is basically his one chance to get out of here, and he was sleeping. The horn doesn't work because the car is dead. It's off. So now he's just like,
did you not see them coming?
He just comes out of a dream and which is basically him reliving the breakup, and a car drives by. It's like, so that's why now he's freaking ticked, and he's taking it out on this girl, this poor woman who, you know, it's not her fault. She was laying on the side of the road too. But really, they're just starting to get after each other now.
No.
This is my favorite scene between the two of us. The energy I felt was just right on.
Didn't you?
We also did we ran it a lot. We like went through this a ton, and I just started feeling better and better every time we did it.
I'm waiting for something that has.
And I really like her just being like snarky and like, screw you, pal, don't yell at me. Like, he's annoying, and I love her like witty remarks.
Why is this happening?
Thank you, Gregory. Thank you. Your brother Josh's work is amazing. I love the Going Ostrich. Well, thank you. Yeah, everyone, if you can, check out the Going Ostrich book. Google Going Ostrich book, and you'll see my brother Josh takes beautiful photos. Follow him on Instagram. He just broke his foot. He would probably really appreciate the follows. He is, I think, he doesn't push himself like promotion wise. He doesn't really advertise. Like, he's not like a camera hog like me. So he, if everyone could follow my brother Josh, Barnatt Photography. If you look up Josh Barnatt on Instagram, you'll find him. The poster that's for sale on my Yeti account, the merch site that you guys have probably seen, the neutral poster where Phoebe is sitting on the towel and I'm in the background sitting on the car. My brother Josh took that photo. He takes really, really nice photos. And the Going Ostrich book is a sort of a perfect present. I'm going to promote it a bunch around Christmas time. It's, if you like stupid imagery captured beautifully, that's the Going Ostrich. It's me with my head stuck in things, and they're taken by Josh. So thank you, Gregory. Thank you for liking Josh's photos and donating $10. I appreciate it. Everyone go follow Josh on Instagram. He could use the cheering up. He just broke his foot, and he'll be out of work for 3 months, and he's pretty bumming. He just got the surgery last night, and he's home today. You can get the book. Here, let me see if I can find a... I'll start the movie back up in 1 second. Let me see if I can find the link. Here we go. I got the link. There, click that link and you can go buy the book. The image that they show on Kmart is like the wrong cover image. So the cover looks a lot nicer than this website. Don't trust that. But the pages are the right image. It shows an example of the book. There's no black border on the real book. You're buying a quality thing. My brother Josh designed the whole thing, and like, he knows what he's doing. It's a very nice book. It's a hardcover book. This would support me and Josh. We don't get the money for this. Kmart gets the money, unfortunately. They give us like $1,000 each. Wasn't much, but I just wanted the book to exist. But it would help us just by spreading it and, you know, put it on a coffee table. People will see it. I think they ship to Kmart Wevoc. I'm not sure. Hopefully you can find out while clicking through and like ordering it and entering your address. Hopefully it'll tell you. So go follow Josh and buy the book if you want a stupid book. I watch a lot of your videos, but I use an ad blocker because F Google, so I need to give directly. Going to watch Neutral tonight. Thanks for the last. Well, thank you for doing that, cartoonishly inept. You didn't have to do that. I know a lot of people use ad blocker, and I understand. I don't blame you. So thank you for donating $20. That's super nice of you. Whoa, $20 from Rob T. Thank you, Rob. I see your direct donation. Thank you, guys. Thank you, really, 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 really. Thank you, everyone who's donated. I've said it a lot, but I don't know if I say it enough. I spend all of my money on videos, everything. I am broke most of my life. And I'm not complaining, but it's just a fact. I spend everything I earn every time I get a part or a roll. I pay my rent, and then everything I have left over I spend to try to make higher quality videos. Even the dumb ones cost a lot of money. And I put everything back into making stuff. So these donations are how I stay alive, and they keep me from being homeless, and they keep me making videos. So thank you very much for all the donations. Let's continue here. Back to my favorite scene.
You ate all the peanuts.
It was a small bag.
It was my small
This
bag.
is.
You said I could
I
have
wanted
peanuts,
this to
so I
be
had the peanuts.
Now we will die.
One of those
here.
moments where, like,
And then you'll also go
you
dead
told someone
for
you could
murdering
do
me.
something, and then later you're mad at them for it. It's like, well, I didn't know you were going to eat the whole thing. I didn't know you were going to do it now.
Sorry you feel that way.
Because he's so agitated, he's taking it out on
wasted
her.
An entire bag on a hater.
And I thought it was
You're
funny.
the
It's
one
like
hating
he's
on me
going
for
on
preferring
so
salty
much
peanuts
about
like the
a
rest
bag
the
of
entire
peanuts.
world.
Everybody
I just wanted
know
the audience to
likes
go,
salted
oh, this
peanuts.
guy
Well,
is so
that's
obnoxious.
because you don't have any friends.
And hits a little bit too hard.
I wouldn't be friends with someone who wouldn't save me
The
some of my
first AD, Rebecca, who was helping me like run the show out here on the desert days and keep things moving along, she had a suggestion there that really helped. She's like, you know, when she says that, it's because you don't have any friends. She's cutting pretty deep there, and she's trying to hurt your feelings now. You should probably feel that, because originally I was just like, screw you, blah, blah, blah. So I had a little pause there where I was like, shut up. Like, clearly he was hurt by that, because it's true. He doesn't have any friends. He just drives criminals around, goes home, he's got dumped, he's got nothing going on in his life. So there's a little note from her that I think helped that scene a little bit when she says that. So I take it to heart.
Well, I wouldn't be friends with someone who wouldn't save me some of my own peanuts.
So now he's trying to
sorry
defend
for trying to
himself.
make
It's
the most
like
of
a
my last
high schooler.
meal.
It's like, well, I don't want to be your friend
Trying to
anyways.
make me feel bad. You're the one that got yourself here.
Actually, you and your clown car got us here.
Clown car.
Yeah, your broken down Steve Urkel mobile.
This car is a
And I don't know if anyone realizes what I'm saying in that, what that line is saying. Yeah, they are my peanuts, Loic. I know, right? The Steve Urkel mobile, if you guys remember, granted, this debunks this whole thing and it makes it all not valid. I wanted this to take place in the early 80s. I said that earlier. But because of that line, it makes it not the early 80s, because she wouldn't know about Steve Urkel in 1981. Steve Urkel made his first appearance in 1989. So I like to say this takes place in 89. Because Steve Urkel was a thing. That episode might have aired last week with Steve Urkel, and she's making a joke about, like, oh, this is like a Steve Urkel kind of car. He would drive this weird car. But what I really wanted to, what the real true joke was, do you remember Steve Urkel's car? It was that one-door, three-wheeled BMW. It's a very rare BMW. The front of the car is the door. There's one, and my mechanic who fixes my car has one at his shop. My car is very similar to that because it's a small old BMW. Granted, Steve Urkel's is like a very small old one, but the joke is supposed to be, you drive that weird small Steve Urkel clown car. But no one, I'm sure, is going to realize that. Yeah, Jat Munder, remember that? I forget the name of the BMW. And yes, I was born in 81 as well. And that is the other thing. Evie, that's the other thing. I couldn't think of another word that worked as well as hater. And I know hater is a sort of modern word. And at that point, I was like, whatever. I already have her mentioning Steve Urkel. Maybe he was the first person to say hater. I can't do this anymore. I was just so exhausted with the script. I just wanted to finish it. And I couldn't think of another word that meant hater in this that could be said in this scene. So, yeah. Hater doesn't exist back then either, but whatever. All right. Oh, it's the Isetta, the BMW Isetta. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's such a cool car. I'd love to have one of those. But my car is already small enough and quirky enough. If I drove that around, it's like I'm either an extreme hipster or I just look like a Cirque du Soleil performer driving around in this clown car. It's not a very practical car either. It probably tips over. Mr. Bean car was like Steve Urkel. Was Mr. Bean around in the early 80s? I could have said that, but I just thought Steve Urkel mobile sounded better than Mr. Bean car. And Mr. Bean just doesn't sound like it's a funny insult to me. Like Steve Urkel mobile was funnier coming out of the mouth than Mr. Bean, I think. Hello, Kaylee. Thanks for being here. All right, I'm going to continue on here.
It's a classic. It's one of the most iconic cars ever made.
If only it worked.
It does work. It's never broken down before.
Well, wake me up when...
That was the one take where I like got pretty charged up and like and I threw the bag at her, And I have reservations about that because in my opinion, it's like, oh gosh, he's like throwing something at her. That's like pretty mean. Like he's aggressive. And I didn't know if it was too aggressive, right? I'm just throwing a piece of plastic at her, but the act of throwing it made me feel pretty bad as Nathan, even though the character is like just frustrated. It's like, you can throw, but throwing something at someone that you don't know is pretty intense. And I'm probably overthinking it and overreacting to it, but that was the one time I did it, and I just felt like I was the most truly frustrated in that moment, so I kept it in there. But there's a little bit of me just doesn't like it because it's like almost too mean. I guess I'm a baby though. Retrones Hunter, I'm remembering your name right. I really enjoyed the film. Was there a specific scene that you found really difficult to film, whether it was due to the stunt work or anything else? Yes, the scene coming up, the scene where I talk about my breakup, and I'll talk about that very shortly. Thank you for that $5 donation. $5 donations. I appreciate it. I think I said thank you. Yes, okay, I did. Thank you to everyone who's been donating over here directly to my Streamlabs. I love you all. Okay, continuing on.
When it works like a real car.
That's my favorite line from her.
Broken down.
I skipped back too much.
It's a classic.
If only it worked.
It does work.
It worked.
It's never broken down before.
She's the funniest to me in this scene. I love this scene. I love it so much. I love so much about it. It's so quiet out there too. They're really deserted. There's no one around. And honestly, like no one drove by. Like the most of the shoot. It's just no one goes down this road. It was awesome. I should talk about this for a second. I'm gonna pause for another minute. Holy crap. Robert W., I see your $14 direct donation. Thank you. Wow. 14 bucks. That's big. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's not forget Nestor. Everyone comment again, champion Nestor, for the $200 donation that he donated tonight. Nestor, I love you. You're my best friend for all of eternity now. Thank you. And thanks again to Cartoonishly Inept for that 20 bucks. Thank you, everybody who's been donating. This is great. This is great. This is great. What a great night. We're all having so much fun. I had to shoot on this road specifically. My OCD would not let me shoot anywhere else. It had to be this one strip of this part of this road because, for many reasons. You can see right here behind me, the sand and the pavement are flush. All the other areas around, to say this is the road, there would be like a banking of sand on either side, like almost like a little like dirt ditch or like mound of sand piled up on the side of the road. I wanted it to just be flat so that they could pull over. It's like more desolate looking to me. The piled up sand to me sort of looks like people have been there. They've plowed and pushed the sand up off to the side of the road. This road is faded old pavement. It's the light gray tar. Been there for a long time. The other sections of the road near here have been repaved and repainted. Super old paint on here. There's no mile markers, and well, they're far apart from where we're shooting, and there's no telephone poles. The telephone poles stop about a mile or two back to the left of this frame. So this was the perfect place for me. It's like no one's around. I wanted the audience to be watching it and going, just where are they gonna go? You can't see anything. If you saw a mile marker or a telephone pole, that shows civilization, and it's not too far by. Just follow the telephone lines. You'll get somewhere eventually. So that's why I had to film in this place, and that was why another reason it cost me a lot of money, because it was the very edge of Los Angeles, but still in Los Angeles County, and it's more expensive to get a film permit for Los Angeles County than it is outside of Los Angeles County. I talk more about that. If you watch the commentary version of this, please, everyone, if you haven't, I don't know how much you want to be watching and taking in information of this. I'm sort of like going hard, and this past week has been filled with neutral, and I don't know if I'm pushing it too hard on everyone. But if you want to watch the commentary version that I loaded, at the end I talk about the line of Los Angeles and the leaving LA and how it was cheaper for me to shoot. And you can see outside of LA at the last shot, the dirt road ahead is like not LA. Evan, holy crap. Hey Nathan, I hope this helps towards recuperating some of the money you put into the movie. It does a lot. Thank you. I hope you can buy some of your arcade machines back. Can't wait to see what you have planned. Thank you very much, Evan. It does help. Helps keep me alive. That's like the main thing. But also immediately it helps the money I spent. I was telling people earlier, sorry for those who are hearing me repeat myself, but I spent $1,200 this weekend on 2 new videos that are coming out in the next 2 weeks that I think you guys will like. They're going to be pretty big ones. Single take music video and then a Keith Apicary music video. So this helps me recuperate that $1,200, everything that everyone's donated tonight. I wonder if I can check what I have earned so far tonight. See if I can see my super chat. Excuse me. Wow, there's a lot. Oh my gosh, I should add this up at the end of the stream, but it's like, oh, maybe I can check my Streamlabs. That's what I should be doing. All right, let's get back to it. I'm gonna start this again.
Well, wake me up when it works like a real car.
That's my favorite. One of my favorite moments in the whole thing. She says, "Wake me up, works like a real car." Pulls the thing over her face like, "Goodbye. Don't talk to me anymore." She's now ignoring me. I love it. I think that says so much, just her shutting me out. And you think the conversation's over, and the guy just doesn't shut up. He won't let it go.
You just love stealing peanuts, money, anything to get
But I need to push her
Oh my God, shut up!
to make her break at this
Just
moment.
Shut up!
She throws that oil pan at me.
I could be in jail by now.
She added that line, and I'm so happy she did. And then that fall. I didn't think that fall matched. I thought it was better if it just ended on her. I could be in jail by now. Cut out. I liked it, but I needed a beat to ring out. Cutting out right after that, I tried it. It just didn't work in the edit. It felt too soon. I needed to see me like sort of sit down or something. So that lean back, I did the lean back in my head, because if I cut right after I fall down, it's like, I could be in jail by now. Boom. It's too comedic. I needed it to have a funny moment and then have it go back to reminding the audience, this stinks for both of them. This is a bummer. Yes, that's funny, but now they're back to being stranded. They've had a huge argument. This day just stinks. I didn't want to end on because a laugh is sort of a high moment, and I didn't want this scene to end on a laugh. So taking the moment to have me like tip my head back, I think, sort of resets you after laughing to feeling, oh, okay, now they're stranded again. And then these time passing sequences or scenes, that's me throwing sand in the background back there. I'm just like letting sand out. Found these cans in the dirt, just showing stuff that was really in the desert. I mean, really, what this needs is a scorpion walking by, or a tarantula, you know, but that would be almost too perfect. That's a license plate I rented. And E, I got a plate that had an E on it because that's like what a police officer would have. It says E and then the license plate number, because he's technically an officer of the law since he's a bounty hunter. So that's why I had to get that. I had to go rent that plate from a rental house. And this sort of resets you, and the music really helps make you start feeling like, ugh, for these guys. Like, they're still here. How are they gonna die out here? Like, no one's driving by. There's no cell phones.
I don't mind that you ate the peanuts.
And he's had a moment to like reflect and be like, sorry. But the fact that he's even bringing, like, honestly, you don't have to say sorry. Just shut up and stop talking about it. But that's the kind of guy this guy is. He's like, ugh. But he did feel bad, so he was trying to apologize. But he's like, in a way, still going on about the peanuts. Like, all right, fine. I don't care if you ate the peanuts. And she's probably rolling her eyes under there like, yeah, shut up. Great. I don't care. And then she's surprised by what he's about to say. I wanted to start the scene with, is he really going to keep going on about this?
I got upset.
Granted, he's apologizing. Okay, fine. All right, good. Over with. Stop talking about it. And then I don't think she's expecting this to come out. He's not even expecting this to come out, but he's just like,
I'm having a lot of trouble at this point in my life.
I don't know what's going on with me. My life is crazy right now.
My body is unparalleled.
Thank you, Michael. That's a joke. I like that joke, but I didn't deliver it right because I blah blah blah. I can't speak well. I don't enunciate.
I'm having a lot of trouble at this point
Here,
in my
listen.
life. Emotionally speaking. Physically, my body is unparalleled.
I feel like I didn't enunciate perfectly. I wanted to say more like physically. I'm having a lot of trouble in my life. He still can't stop making jokes. The guy's an idiot. He's trying to be sincere, and then he's still making jokes. And then you see him kind of like, okay, I'm gonna drop that now. It's not working. She's not laughing. I'm gonna just be for real. But even up to the last second, he's still making dumb jokes. But I wish I delivered it a little better. Where I just said more like physically, I'm having a lot of trouble in my life right now, emotionally speaking. Physically, my body is unparalleled. Oh, she's not laughing. But the unparalleled duh. I didn't say the duh very hard, and I just wonder if people can even hear what I'm saying because I do mumble. Thank you, Michael. Are you and James doing panels November 9th? I'll come. Yes, we are. November 9th, I'm not sure exactly what's on the schedule, but we're both doing stuff the whole weekend. I think the schedule might be up on their website. Thank you for that donation. Been watching since high school. Thank you, Kevin. You've been an inspiration for me with your passion and your projects. I know I've already donated to Indiegogo, but just wanted to encourage you to keep it up. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thanks for doing that. Okay, I'm good. And yes, I'm glad you knew what I said. Thank you. And in the movie theaters, that did get a pretty good laugh. So I was always like refreshed and like, what's the word? I felt good that people were laughing because I was like, okay, I guess I can understand what I'm saying. Because that is a problem that I need to worry about is like enunciating. And I also have like a lisp, so it's hard for me to like say words sometimes. I always thought he was serious when he said that line. Made it funnier in my mind. Yeah, well, he sort of is serious. He is making a joke, but he's basically saying, emotionally speaking, physically, I'm doing great, but you know, emotionally, but it's like totally unnecessary. Oh my God! Tonight I have made. In the YouTube super chat, everyone here in YouTube has donated, if this is correct, sometimes it doesn't update all the way, $477.08 in the YouTube super chat. Thank you to everyone in the chat who's donated tonight. I made $477. Oh my God. Yeah, Retro Spectrum. Everyone asks Free Play Florida questions to Retro. That's my friend Brandon. He's the one running the convention. Will be in a panel November 11th. Okay, thanks. Thank you. Yes, he's the one to ask those questions because I forget everything. And then all the direct donations to my Streamlabs, all of you who've been doing that tonight, is $361.79. What is 362 plus 477? Can anyone do that math? 362 plus 477. If someone can give me that total, that's how much I've earned tonight from all of you beyond generous, insane people. I spent $1,200 this weekend on the 2 new videos, so I'm trying to equal that. That's a lot of money. I'm not expecting it, but the closer I can get, $839. Holy crap! Well, I'm not expecting another $360, but if anyone's got an extra buck, I'll take it because then it'll help me recoup the costs from these past videos over this weekend. And you will see these videos in the next 2 weeks and hopefully enjoy them. You're basically paying for your own content when you do it. If that's okay with you, it helps me out immensely. Thank you, Vox. Thank you for that $5. My brother and I started watching your videos years ago. They had us laughing during our bleakest times. Well, thank you. I'm super sorry that you've had to go through some hard times. Hope everything's good right now, and thank you for letting me know. Thank you for being here and hanging out. Thanks for watching. I'm so happy that people are enjoying this and all my other nonsense. Let's get back to the movie here. Still over 200 people watching, 213 people. That's crazy. I am blown away by that. All right, moving on. We're getting up to the end. We're getting up to like the best scene in my opinion. Really, this short is like 3 shorts within itself. There's
the only woman I've ever loved.
The flashback scenes could honestly be their own little thing, romantic breakup short.
And I feel like I'm having a constant.
And then the end scene is its own like whole sequence, the whole car chase.
She was my entire life.
I had so many other things I wanted to do that I couldn't do. I'll talk about it when it comes up. Now my life is over. That is a lot of $5, Adam.
So I talk a lot.
And yes, I'm drowning in Lincoln tonight. Sinking Lincoln up to my neck. Okay, I just totally talked over that whole thing. So this, when I first did this out in the desert, I was not prepared to do it because we were supposed to be shooting the car scenes. I mentioned at the top of this stream tonight that I was supposed to be doing the driving scenes on the day that I first did this. And then the permit person came and was like, no, you don't have the right permit. Get off the road. Stop shooting. I was like, no, this can't be happening. So we had to just get into the side of the road, off of the road, because the desert, we can do whatever you want out there apparently, but you need a permit for being in the road. So he shut us down for that day, and I had to do this scene because we had to shoot something. So I didn't love my acting. I cried. Like, I got myself to cry, but when I cry, it doesn't look good. I look like cliche crying. It looks like phony, but that's how I cry. I look hideous when I cry. So I needed to like learn how to cry and then not look like I'm forcing it. But I got the tears to come out, and I was like, yes, I freaking did it. And then we watched the footage back that night, and I was like, oh no. Aaron, the DP, was like, we got to do it again. I was like, yeah, we got to do it again. So we figured we'd come back another day. We'll finish up the next days. We'll keep moving along, do it all. So we came back for another day, a fourth day in the desert with no permits. We didn't tell anyone. We just snuck out there and did it. We did half of the shots that are coming up in this chase scene are in the shot where I throw my arms in, I go, ah, where did that car come from? That was during this pickup day, and you can see Phoebe's hair on that. She's standing like this. She's like really close to the camera. I say, where did that car come from? Right before it goes into the flashback. Phoebe's hair is shorter because it was like a month or 2 months later, and we went out to the desert. I don't think many people would notice, but I noticed. But it's okay because it wasn't a drastic difference. So we just messed it up a little bit. A little Easter egg for you there. Not a very great one, but whatever. It's there. So that was a pickup shot. Half of this driving stuff, me in front of the car, pushing the car, was a pickup shot because what I had done earlier, we had a great shot from behind me, seeing my feet on the ground and the car and Phoebe. You could see no one was pulling the car. I was in front of it. Phoebe was chasing it. How was the car driving itself? I'll talk about it more when it comes up in a minute. But it was a really great shot. But I was leaning on the hood a lot. So it looked like I wasn't in front of the car, but more laying on the hood. And I just couldn't have that because it looked like too safe. And I wanted it to look more dangerous. And also my shirt was blowing up because I was moving that direction as I'm pushing like this. My shirt was blowing up. And you could see the wire from the microphone going down my back. I could have had that digitally removed, but then it would have been more money and it would have been more time, and I was laying on the car, so I was like, whatever. So anyways, a ton of stuff, including this scene you're seeing now, was shot on this one pickup day where we just shot as much as we could to fix all the things we needed to fix. So this take here, was the second attempt of me doing this, where I decided, okay, I need to get emotional and deliver this in a believable way, but not too emotional. Don't want to get too sad because there's no need to just start crying. I mean, granted, I did when I was thinking about what I was thinking about, which sort of relates to the trueness of the scene in my breakup. I start crying even to this day when I think about it. It just never leaves my head.
And I feel like I'm having a constant panic attack.
And honestly, I'm like, I'm fine with it now, but I still could cry about it.
My entire life. Now my life is over.
And that's honestly how I felt. It's like, I'm not even alive anymore.
So
like,
I talk
what am I doing here on this earth?
Avoid sitting with my emotions.
So, and that is a thing that I thought would be kind of believable as to why this guy talks so much is he doesn't know what to do with himself because he's beside himself constantly. So he just hides it and he's like, everything's great, everything's fine, hi, how's it going, oh, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, shut up, you're annoying, deal with your problems and become a real person and move on. So that is a little bit, I think I still could have done better. I critique myself a lot, I know, but I think my acting could have been better. It always could be better, definitely. But I had to get the thing done. And I'm thinking about Al not dying in front of the car, and we just had to do it and move on. If I had enough time to rehearse and practice and practice and practice and practice, and and really get myself to cry. Like if I could have just had tears running down my face while looking like this, like not looking sad, that would have been great. But in order to truly feel the feelings, I had to go to a place where I just started crying. Anyways, I'm going on about it, but it is what it is, and I think it works well enough. But the next, this was a big learning curve for me. So for the next 2 parts, I will be able to focus and plan my energy and everything for directing. I'll be able to focus on things a little differently and plan things out, and stop focusing so much on like her wardrobe or the towel or everything that I was focusing on. I was putting rocks on this towel constantly so it wouldn't blow away, and I also didn't want it to look too obvious that there was rocks there. But like I was thinking about everything, that bush that kept falling over, and I was just like, I wasn't thinking about just the acting. I was thinking about everything, and if the horizon was level and the camera, like, oh my god, everything. It's hard when you're directing and acting and doing stunts and not trying to die. So anyways, back to the comments. Oh my god, I got a lot going on here. Jeremy, direct donation didn't work for some reason. Oh really? Sorry about that. Well, thank you for doing that. Anything helps. Thank you. So hope this does work. Thank you. Wish I could donate more. Was so cool to extra for kids can't go home. Oh, thank you. I remember that. Thank you for being there, and thank you for being back here. Hope Chug Gigabytes is a contestant someday. You sure will be a contestant. That's gonna happen. Fingers crossed. Chugging Gigabytes, Keith Abergary's game show will come true. I'm gonna eat my snack. I'm treating myself tonight. This is gonna sound crappy on the microphone, but Hostess recently removed their freaking beef tallow or whatever it was that was in here. These used to be not even vegetarian, but now Hostess is vegetarian, and I can eat them. So I'm enjoying some garbage as I watch Neutral, living the life, watching a movie I made, eating a snack, hanging out with my friends. What a night. You guys are the best. I hope you're all having fun. Lexor, Nathan, longtime fan, and this is my favorite thing you've done. Thrilled to see such quality filmmaking from you. Can't wait for part 2. Hope this helps. Keep up the passionate work. It does help. Helps tremendously. Thank you, Lexor. Thank you so much, Ty, for that $2. Love your work. Neutral was amazing, man. Thank you. Thank you for donating. Thank you for watching. I'm missing a lot of comments. Sorry, guys. Potchus, the bounty hunter is really Ray Amsley. That would be amazing. Ray Amsley does have a short film that I will get done. You guys probably know about that. I tried to do the fundraiser for that. It didn't work out. I still want to shoot that. I'm going to do it. Let's move on. There was an alternate version that I thought would be kind of interesting where she just died in the sun. And I was like, oh my god. The movie completely twists and changes. Now he has to like deal with this dead body. What's he going to do? He looks guilty. Did he kill her? What happened? But that would be a whole other movie. But it was just always in my head every time she laid there. Because she laid there for so long.
Medical malpractice. The insurance company wouldn't pay her settlement because she was late submitting the claim. Doesn't help that they make it impossible to know what you're doing. So I got a job in their accounting offices and I adjusted some numbers.
I'm going to make a comment in a second.
I don't think that what I did was wrong because they don't think what they did was wrong.
Phoebe gave me a lot of good notes when I was editing this. I think she had a lot of good ideas for the script and dialogue. Helped things be a little more natural and realistic, the talking. Thank you, Harmbao. Thank you so much for that $5. I see it and I love you. Thank you. Thank you, NES. I'm glad you like her explanation. When I wrote that, I was like, is this a thing? It sounds like a thing. I did a little bit of Googling and researching. I was like, yeah, okay, someone could do this. It needs to be vague enough where it's like, she doesn't go into specifics of it, but like, I needed the audience to be like, okay, that sounds like something that could happen. It's a little bit cliche. It's like, so I crunched the numbers and I gave my cousin a bunch of cash and we made out like bandits. So right there, she didn't like her delivery. She gave me a lot of great notes on this and on the edit, and it's like, well, why don't you just cut that line? Why don't you do this? And I made a lot of cuts based on things she said, so I kept going like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? She didn't like her line there when she goes, I didn't think I did what I did was wrong because they didn't think what they did was wrong. There's a little bit, there's a stutter to it. I personally liked it because it sounded very real to me, because I have said things like that before. It's like, I didn't do it because I didn't even know it was there. Like, what are you talking about? How could I have done that? So that sounded like that to me. It sounded like a delivery. It's like, no, they didn't think I'm saying it over and over, but like the delivery sounded good. I was like, oh, that's great. It sounds very believable. But she thought it sounded like she's trying to remember what to say, like what the line is. But I didn't interpret it that way. But I probably shouldn't be talking about it because now I'm focusing on something that she didn't like. But I thought it was great. I was like, oh, I really like this take. I want to keep it. And I wanted to hang on her as long as I could. And this whole take was just so great. So this was like her time. On my shot, it stayed on me. And that was something I wanted to do in the edit, where it's like, don't cut around. Just show him. Don't need to see what she's doing. She's under the blanket, the sun guard anyways. Just show him and be with him as he's talking. And then I wanted to do the same thing for her character. This is her moment. Don't need to see me. Stay on her. I didn't want to cut away. I just want to hear what she has to say and live in her moment here. So that's why I kept that take, because I liked everything before and after. And I would have, for her sake, taken it out and done another take. But I liked everything out so much that I decided to go with this one. So hopefully you're happy with it, if Phoebus.
So I got a job in their accounting offices and I adjusted some numbers. I don't think that what I did was wrong, because they don't think what they did was wrong.
And she's like, it sounds like she's a little annoyed. She's like, they don't think what they did was wrong. Screw them. It's a little bit of annoyance in there, you know. And then she's like, and that's why I took it, blah, 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 blah. I think she's so great. She delivered it so well. I took so many, because like I do such big comedic stuff all the time, and I love dramatic acting, and everything I watch is like, you know, old Jack Nicholson stuff, and it's like, it's just so good and like real. And I feel like I learned a lot from her and Katie, because I think they're better actors than me. It's also just nice being around other people, and you start to, like, you know, you start learning things. And like even everyone who shot the whole short, you learn stuff from everybody just by doing. So it was nice to like be like, oh, that's how you say things. I fall down on the ground, that's how you say stuff. So, but the alternative version, you'll see in a second, I said this in the commentary version, you see how sad I look right there? I'm doing like the kind of post crying face.
Don't talk too much. I mean, you do.
That's more what I looked like in the original take, like that kind of like real sad looking face. On the first take, when I was truly crying, it was seconds before, and this is the footage from right after that. So my face is a little bit more extreme here, which I didn't love, but
have a pretty good disposition.
Didn't want to reshoot all of this, and she was really great at it. This is another one of my favorite shots. It looks so nice.
Next week when I'm sitting next to a sweating pile of crime, I'm going to look back fondly on my miserable trip with you.
Well, you did get a front row seat to a free magic show.
And I'll continue on, but I'm getting some donations I see, and I don't want to ignore you guys. Thank you, Lexicon, for that $20. I loved everything you've done. My wife and I still call skills Cattels. Ha ha ha. Thanks. Me too. Whenever he asks for them and see them in the store, I hope this helps make you make more, at least buy more cupcakes. Thank you. It will. Thank you very much. That's a huge donation. $20. Thank you. Mike, thank you for that $10. Nathan, the film was really special. It surpassed my already high hopes. Wow, there's some big donations here. You guys are mental patrons. Howard had high hopes for After Gloria. Touching, funny, charming, really hope neutral, gets the attention it deserves. Well, thank you. If you guys liked it, please give it a couple tweets or posts, spread it around. Every click helps. One extra friend of yours might give it a watch and enjoy it. So thank you. Did you do a color correction to make it sunset like for this part? No, it was the sunset, but there was color correction. Photochem color corrected it. They also were doing the new Star Wars movie that came out last year at the same time as this was like the next room over was Star Wars. So they're a legit place. First backer of release, I don't remember seeing the orange hue. It really emphasizes how long they have been waiting there. I'm not sure what version you saw. Did you see the teaser or something? I did some test footage. Is that what you're meaning? Or did you see a version before the color correction? But no, it was pretty sunset. We did this we always did these scenes at sunset, so it would look better. And then yes, it was like enhanced from color correction for sure. E2. So Photochem made it look much nicer than it did, but it already did look very great. Yeah, Jeremy, you guys are all mental patients. Thank you all for being mental patients over here in the chat with me. And right there,
What are you doing?
I don't know if that goes unnoticed, but I think in the line when I say, what are you doing? I think she's playing some trick. She touches my hand, the car turns on, what the heck? So the car senses that, and the car feels our hands touching each other. And that's how it's like, okay, great, things are good. That's like our first moment of making contact, skin contact. Like otherwise, she touched my leg earlier, but that was like on the jeans. So if I'm really being anal and about it, that was the first like contact. And the car's like, cool, they made contact. Let's get out of here. And it's also listening and hearing what's going on. So it's like, time to move on. Cool, job's done. They got over their problems, and the car thinks we are where we need to be to start moving on now. But I think it's a trick. And originally it was that I talked about this in the commentary, because if you guys haven't watched it, I'll say it again. The thing that shut the car down in the beginning was she cries. And she's like miserable. She's going to prison. This guy won't shut up. These days are miserable. And she says, can you please stop talking and make this miserable trip a little less miserable? A tear dripped. And she straight up cried. Phoebe cried, and it was awesome. I was like, oh man, she's good. She's going for it. And she cried. Tear drips. I got a shot of the tear hitting the seat. Right after that shot, the tear hitting the seat, it showed the gas gauge and the battery die. And that's what the car sensed. The car felt how sad she was by feeling the tear. Then, in the end, after this whole thing, I say it's sort of a happy cry. When I say next week I'm saying next to a sweating pile of crime, I'm going to look back fondly on my miserable trip with you. She's like, you did get a front row seat to a free magic show. And at that moment, I'm like, yup, drop. Tear hits the trunk, turns back on. That's what, and I even have a shot of us dropping the tear on the trunk. And then it drips down the side. I got one really good one where you could actually see it well. Car's like, okay, so it's turned off and turned on by their actual physical emotions. But in the edit, I was just like, it's kind of too cheesy. I like it, but at the same time, when you see it, you go, no, it seems good on the paper, but then when I saw it, it was just too much. So I cut it out. And I just made it, the car just knows what's going on in their physical hand. That was a big, long explanation of what we did do. But, yeah. So, is that what it is now? It's 926? I meet you again? Really? Let me check the Streamlabs. Yeah, the donations have been insane tonight. Here, people, if you guys can add this. What is 364 plus 482? 364 plus 482. What is that total? That is what I've got in donations tonight. 364, 482. 364, 482. 846. That's what I've earned. And now we'll add Zeta's $20. 866 is how much I've earned tonight. Thank you. That's not even the words I need to use. I need to make up new words that mean thank you even more. So Balsanic Gontran. Balsanic Gontran, everybody. That's what word has just been created to emphasize extreme gratitude, more so than ever. Thank you so much, everyone. Another Skittles family over here. The Neo Geo song still gets stuck in my head. Wow, thank you, Zeta. I've been sharing neutral anywhere I can. Keep it up. Thank you very, 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 very much. Wow, yeah. I was hoping over the next few weeks of next week when I do the ghost stories, grave stories. Hopefully, if people are there and want to watch the grave stories live next Wednesday, normally every Wednesday, for those who don't know, all the people, it seems to be a lot more people here tonight. Lucas, $25. I'm going to thank you appropriately in 1 second. Normally every Wednesday I read ghost stories, real true ghost stories. If you guys have seen it on my channel, give it a click. If you haven't, check it out. I read ghost stories with a live chat. I talk to everyone, I hang out, and I read spooky stories in this kind of spooky setting. And that's what I do every Wednesday. So I was hoping over this week and next week and the next month to try to make back the $1,200 I spent this past weekend on the 2 new videos. But I'm getting close to it. I only need like $300 more, and then I've got it. So thank you, Lucas, for adding to the total and helping me pay back all the funds. Keep growing as director and creator, mate. I love seeing you pour so much soul into great content. How did you go about crewing the shoot, and how involved were you in the scoring process? I was very involved in the scoring process because I wrote this with every song in my head that Shadru had already made. There are 2 songs at 2 points, I can't remember exactly what ones, where I was like, hey, I need something else that sounds kind of like this. He did some scoring and he made some songs for certain parts and they worked, but I was like, no, I don't love it too much. So then he gave me other stuff, and then eventually we found the perfect thing that I thought worked really well. So I already had like most of it in my head as I was writing. And the crew, I just emailed everyone I'd worked with in the past, and the people who brought their friends. Like Aaron brought his friends who did lighting and grip, and all the people we just had worked with before. So it's a lot of people I've just worked with in the past and friends that they've worked with in the past. So it was a pretty great little crew. Gregory, dang, did you already donate? I think I saw you already donate. This is a really beautiful short, my dude. It feels like Dennis Villeneuve. I know that name. Who is he? And Wes Anderson had a baby. Oh, Denny, the freaking what is the sci-fi movie he just did? Why am I spacing? I love that movie. What is his? Oop, I just moved the camera. What is his name? What is Denny's movie name that he just did? Arrival. Oh, couldn't get that out of my head. You're comparing me to Wes Anderson and Denny? Jeez, man, you are a mental patient. Thank you very much for that donation. Good night, guys. Gotta do homework. Balsnick Gontran. Yeah, thank you. Balsnick to you as well. Oh, thanks, Gregory. All right, let's move on here. We're almost done. We're almost at the end.
I'm not doing anything.
Is this some sort of magic trick?
I'm not that good.
Hey, come back!
That was actually a tough little edit there. I could talk about it more in the BTS. I can go into specifics of it every second. You can see in a second the car starts driving way to the left into the other side of the dirt. That's because Seth is laying down and he's turning to get in the road, but he doesn't know if he's in the road yet, and he doesn't know when to turn it back to straight out because he can't see. We didn't have the camera plugged in for this shot for him to look through the grill. He was just going blind. So right here, right there, I'm going right. I was screaming right to get him to turn back to stay on the road. And I love all out running in a movie. I love when people are like, Tom Cruise is a freaking running with driving music behind it. It's a real cheap, in my opinion, thing to do in a movie. Play tight music and have someone running and you have a hit. I could watch anyone running on a mission to go save someone or do something with really good music and you always get pumped up. So I had to put it in. This is one of my favorite Shadru songs. It's called Go. So I'm going to listen to this for a second. Building up. Oh, I love this song. I love it so much. And this was for real. I had to do this for real on camera. Seth is laying down. You can't see him. He's driving blind, and I'm going to for real drag from this car. Everyone, the camera crew is in a van with the van door open, pointing at the side of the door. Stunt John, I call him, my friend John, who does stunt choreography, is hanging out of the back of the van, ready to jump out and help me if something happens, if I like get hurt or do something. He's just on guard. And I'm wearing a baggier pair of pants, and I found a second shirt that looked very similar to my shirt, and I'm wearing it here so I don't ruin the one shirt that I had for the movie. And I did this with no shin guards, no nothing. I just did it because you can see. I hate when you wear knee pads for stunts because you can see them through the pants. There's a shot in Silicon Valley from last season. It shows Thomas Middleditch, and my eyes instantly went to his knees. And I was like, I said he's about to do a stunt because you could see knee pads under his pants sticking out, like you could see the shape of them. And I will never do that. If you can see it through clothes, just don't do it. Just do the stunt, deal with it later. Deal with the pain later. So I just did it, and I ran up to the car, grabbed on. We had a little loop in the trunk because there's nothing really to grab my car. I could grab this reflector, but I didn't want to rip it off. So John put a loop, like a little canvas loop in the trunk, and we closed it on the trunk, so it was like locked in there. So I grabbed this like loop of canvas, like a hand loop. I don't know what else to call it. And that is what was really holding me. And I just dragged for as long as I could. And I'm wearing Keds, and Keds are like cheaper than Vans. They're very thin. I ripped through those toes so fast. I felt my toes rubbing on the ground, and I was like, that's when I have to stop. And then I just let go and then rolled to a stop and stopped the car. So here we go. This is me dragging with no safety gear because I had to do it. But I wanted to show him clamoring, like, I gotta get on, but like you can't. And I did it for one more second, but I was going, stop, and I couldn't show that. So I dragged for like a little bit longer than that, but that was the best chunk of the dragging. This shot right here, I was laying on a piece of plastic, right? Like sort of on my lower ab groin area. And I just kept my legs and feet off the ground, and I was actually wearing the real shirt, and I shouldn't have because I ended up ripping the shirt, and I had to patch it up afterwards. The shirt I wore in the whole movie. I should have worn the stunt shirt because I was so far away, it didn't even matter. But there I was dragging. It's still kind of risky, I guess, but not really in my opinion. Like literally anyone could have done this. And I dragged. And then here too, I'm laying on a small piece of plastic. And then there, what I'm doing is I'm standing on that piece of plastic. It was like this big. It was like sort of like a lunch tray, like a school lunch tray, but smaller. I was basically skating on it at that point. And, or maybe it was my skateboard and I had it tied to the trunk. No, it was the piece of plastic. I was like skidding on the plastic, and then I climbed up on it. Because if I was just dragging and I pulled myself up, I would have like been dragging and pulling myself up off the ground. I would have like ripped my clothes to pieces. So then I climb on the trunk. And then this right here, Seth is laying, my brother Seth is driving the car. You can see it's not being pulled. Seth's driving it blind. But if you look down, so look down below my bumper. Do you see that little black thing? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. You see that little black thing? That's a camera. That's a backup camera that my brother Josh, another electronic genius, the guy who took still photography. Everybody go follow Josh on Instagram, by the way, if you can, please. He broke his foot yesterday. He's bumming. He takes amazing photos. He helped out a lot. He did a lot of stuff beyond photography on this. Just made things work, rigged things together. He helped the camera get mounted to the car because he's done like crew stuff on like tons of movies in Massachusetts. So he figured out, oh, we can get a backup camera for a car. You can buy them, and then we'll put it under there. So we had a wire running around under the hood into shotgun. Seth, my brother, is sitting in the driver's seat, laying over the stick shift is in his stomach. He's shifting, trying to shift with it in his stomach, and his head is over on the shotgun side of the floor. Extremely precarious situation. And then I get in and I sit on him, but I'm like in the car like this because I'm sitting on him, so my head hits. So I had to cut before you could see how crammed I was. But I get down and sit here, that right there. So this is another complicated thing. Thank you, Grant. I see your donation. Thank you very, very much. I'm missing all your comments. Sorry, everybody, but I feel like I should explain all this. That shot right there, Aaron and I were in the car. Aaron's the DP. He's in the car. So what I kept doing was I drive the car, I get it up to speed, he's recording, and then I put the car in neutral, and I climb out of the car. And he goes, go! So then I have a clean shot of me stepping down into the car. So to get that shot, this shot right here, I had to get the car moving, so the background was moving, climb out of the car before we lost speed, to then climb back in the car, and then keep the car going again, so that so Aaron basically, I wish I had footage of it. John might have filmed it. Basically what's happening is Aaron is sitting in the car alone as it's driving it up on the street, and I'm on the roof of the car. And he's like, get back in here quick. And the car, you know, starts to drive itself off the road. So that's what happens there. And then I come back in and I grab the steering wheel and start driving again. That shot where I step on the brake is in my driveway. That was a pickup shot we had to do. Aaron came over afterwards. This right here is also in my driveway. We did this later. I needed to. This was all stuff we didn't have time to do. We're like, we'll do it later sometime. So Aaron came over to my house and we just had me jiggle the keys, step on the brakes, and we don't show outside. You can see up in the left corner. You can almost see outside. We couldn't show outside because you would see that it's not in the desert. It shows that you do what you like. Thank you, Ovni, and thank you, Paul. Hey, Paul, what's up? Thanks for being here. Thank you, everyone who's been hanging out and watching this. I'm going to wrap this up soon. I'm getting close to the end, but I just want to give as much explanation of this as I can as possible. There's so much went into this end sequence. It took a lot. Oh no, that wasn't the desert because clearly he pans. There was a bunch of other shots that we did in my driveway. I don't know which ones they were.
Don't leave me!
And the distance between Phoebe and I, it would have been a little bit farther, but I had to, gotta suspend disbelief a little bit, and otherwise I would have been like a mile down the road. And you can see, all right, so right above the car, I gotta give props to my friend Brian, Taco Lamp. Brian does effects, visual effects. Right above my car, right about there, and next to Phoebe's head on the left, is the big RV van and a bunch of stuff that we had. That our base camp was down there. There's like signs. There's all kinds of like little like at the end of the road down there. There's all kinds of junk, and Brian had to remove it all. So he digitally removed stuff that was right above the car. Granted, it's a quick shot, so luckily he didn't have to do too much. Holy crap, Joe Toy! What? Joe Toy! Thank you so much. Wow, I'm glad you like the short. I don't know what to say to you. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, Joe Toy, Champion Joe Toy. Yes, Champion Joe. That's right, Nestor. Nestor, everyone also needs to comment. Champion Nestor and Champion Joe. Nestor donated $200 earlier. Let's not forget about that. But Joe, oh my gosh, you are an amazing person. Thank you very much. And also thanks again, Avni and Paul Owens. Paul's always in here in the chat, hanging out during my live streams. Thanks for being here. Thank you again, Grant Johnson, for donating. You guys are unreal. Oh my gosh, I need to say thank you a million more times. I can't remember what I was saying for saying beyond thank you. Valsnik Gontran to you, Joe. Hang on one second. I'm gonna let Frankie out of this room. All right, let's finish this up. Yeah, if you guys want to donate, like Neat Boss says right there, the Streamlabs goes directly to my PayPal. YouTube won't take a cut, but however you want to donate, I appreciate you guys donating. Thank you. All right, so here we go.
I can't stop it. You have to jump on.
I can't do that!
Okay, stay there.
Aaron was in the car with me, the DP, just shaking all around. I couldn't believe we found her in the window, got focus on her. I wanted this to be kind of hectic. So my thinking when I wrote this was like, I hope this works. This is kind of what I think I would have done in real life. If the car is moving on its own, I can't stop it. How do I get her on the car? Okay, I'll just get enough lead time and then have her run in like a relay race, pass the baton. When I come up to her and she's running, it won't be that much different, and then she can just jump on. That's easier said than done, because clearly it doesn't work out for them very easily. So the car's still moving too fast. And big thank you and props to Phoebe, because she did some stunts here, and I don't know if she thought I don't know if she knew she was signing up for this, but she did it. And I got kind of nervous at one point because I was like, oh my god, I think she's not gonna fall. She's gonna fall off the trunk. Oh my god! And she just jumped on and hung on like a pro. It was awesome. And I didn't want someone else to get hurt from my thing. Right there, that shot is so quick. I wish I could have showed more of it, because I went on that shot. I'll show longer takes in the behind the scenes. I drove the car, climbed, and I said to her, start running now. I climb out of the car, get on the hood of the top of the car, climb down to the trunk, and put my hand out for her to grab my hand, all while the car is just driving down the road. But then it starts driving off into the desert. So then when it hits the dirt, I'm still on the trunk. It's driving itself away, about to crash into the desert. I then jump off the car, run around, open the door, jump in the car, stop the car. I did that like 10 times. It was insane. I need to show all this footage because and that shot is like 1 second long. So I risked my life 10 times for 1 second. But it was fun. So there we go. So okay, so now Seth is driving the car again, laying down.
Take my hand.
You're going too fast!
Just do it. Jump or something.
I'm thinking, okay, her grabbing my hand, I just thought, oh, I'd be able to pull her on, but I guess I can't pull her on.
I can't keep running!
Hang on.
All right, hang on 1 second. I'm going to pause and take a quick break and then finish this. Hang on 1 second. Someone just came over. I have to go deal with this in my house. We're into a quick intermission. Stay tuned. All right. Hello, I'm back. Okay. I have to be on a phone call in like 10 minutes. I feel really bad, but it's a pretty important phone call. So I'm going to wrap this up. This is like the craziest thing, and I need to wrap this up fast, so this is going to be tough. Sorry for everyone who left the computer and is going to the bathroom or getting a snack. Hopefully you can hear me and can still listen. The Q&A will be, yes, this will be uploaded as, it'll just be logged as a video. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna finish this thing. Where is, how do I put, where'd the video go? Nope. Okay. Here we go. Oh, why can't I interact with it? Are you kidding me? I can't play it now. There we go. Okay, so here, this is what I had to redo. I went back the second pickup shot day to do this better because I had to get really low. I wanted to get the front of the car against my chest to really be pushing, but it was a lot more dangerous when when I'm not leaning on the hood and I'm in front of it. There's nothing stopping me from getting run over. I was just I was not laying on it and all. I couldn't grab for safety. So it was a little riskier, and I was blocking the camera from Seth seeing where he was going. So he had to kind of like just use the line as it was going between my legs to stay straight. So this is what I went back and shot. And this shot coming up, right there, you can see, if you look real quick, if you watch it, you can see the plastic pieces that Stunt John screwed to my feet. They're cutting boards from IKEA. He screwed them to my feet so I would slide, but they would start wearing out very fast, and then my feet would start gripping the ground. And then that's when I would get pulled under the car, because I would, my feet would skip and catch the ground. I wasn't sliding smoothly. So when they would wear out and I'd feel my feet start gripping, I would then spin, like a super maneuver. I would spin off into the dirt and let the car go by me and not run me over. I have footage of that. I can show that in the behind the scenes. So, and here I'm standing on my skateboard, just rolling, so it was much easier. And then there's a car in front of me with Eva, the producer, and not Seth, Stunt John, and even Phoebe, and everyone's just throwing flowers, but the wind was blowing them the wrong way. So I used the best moments I had where they were actually going by because they were blowing the wrong way. I needed them to be going past me. And then we had to pick them all up and do it over and over. And when the sun was going down, it was a real racing the clock situation. So we got some good footage. The flowers are symbolizing, oh, he's thinking about her, his ex, even in this moment when he's risking his life trying to stop a car. That's what I was trying to show is like, in your life, you go through something very traumatic. You are still thinking about it. You can still think about it at the craziest times. It's like, why am I thinking about that right now? So in this one moment where he should be not thinking about anything else, boom, she pops into his head again. He's like, what? And then he looks over and he sees the flower, which is basically him seeing her and thinking about his ex. And then, so this ex, you can see, so this flower, he's moving past it. You see the shot is moving beyond, it's leaving it behind. He's moving beyond her. This is basically him getting over her right there. And then he's got strength again. He's like feeling like, I'm over it. You know the day you wake up and you're over your ex and you're like, I don't care anymore. Oh my gosh. Like it actually is like a switch. For me, it has been in the past. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm not upset anymore. This is that moment. And now he's like, yeah, stop this stupid car. Slows it down just enough for her to get on. Oh gosh. And then right there, I'm hiding my bottom of my feet. You can see when I climb up, I use my tiptoes so I don't scratch my hood of my car with the plastic remains on the bottom of my feet, and I don't show the plastic to the camera. I keep hiding them, and then I keep pointing them that way because I didn't want you to see the plastic on the bottom of my feet. And this, I want the audience to not know what I'm going to do. But after that, he's like, this is insane. I don't want this job anymore. I don't know what's going on. The car's in charge. Don't ask me. It's not up to me. I need to take a break. I just got over my girlfriend. The car's driving itself. This is insane. Don't talk to me about this. Basically is what he's trying to say right there. And again, Brian, Taco Lamp, my friend who deleted, there's a lot of junk that was in the background. He deleted it all in post. You can see an RV on the left. That was our base camp where everyone would go to the bathroom. We were dumping footage. We drove that thing to and from this house that I had to rent for everyone to stay in because we were pretty far away from central LA, like 2 hours away. And that dirt road in the past, I said this in the commentary version, but that is not LA County and it's half the price, but I needed a paved road, so I had to pay more money. So there we go. Haha, Paul owns Jason Statham, more like Nathan Statham. So yeah, that's it. That's the movie. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone who donated. Thank you everyone who donated tonight. Thank you all the backers. Oh, Jess Forney, I see your donation, direct donation. Let me see. Should I turn? Oh, was the desktop? Could you guys not hear the movie? Was it all quiet? Was the audio down during that? But maybe it's okay because you can hear me talking about it. Thank you, 89. J Beans, Wesley, thank you very much. Thank you, Jeremy. Wesley. I have to get on a call in like 1 minute. My friend is here. We're about to do a group call. I'm sorry I have to run so fast. Thank you for being here with me this whole time and watching this whole thing. There's still 200 people watching. Thank you very much. If you guys want to help me, please donate to the direct donation, my Streamlabs in the description. That helps me pay for all the videos I make. I spent $1,200. I said it a million times tonight, but it's true. I spent $1,200 this weekend making 2 new videos that I think you guys will really like. That goes right to me, right to my PayPal. Thank you to everyone. Yeah, Neat Boss just commented my Streamlabs. That's my direct donation link. Thank you everyone who donated in the super chat. We made so much freaking money. It's like $900 made tonight. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, the final donation. Can you guys add this up? Can you add 654 basically? Do $654. 654 plus 370. 654 plus 370. How much is that? 364 plus 370. Kula B, 361 subs gets me nothing. I don't know what you mean by that because not everyone is watching. 1,024. Oh my God, I got $1,000, $1,024. Thank you. This is the most donations I've ever had in my entire life, besides the 30,000 you guys donated to make the movie. Thank you, everyone. Champion, everyone. Wow. Thank you. You are all champion players. Bausnik Gontran, for sure. Bausnik Gontran to everyone. That means, it's a new word we've made that means thank you more than any other version of thank you. Holy crap, over $1,000. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm talking about income in general. Oh, I think I get like $200 a month maybe, because it's my, no one really watches my videos like other people. I get a couple $100 a month. It's a little bonus. It helps me pay my rent, but it's not a lot. These donations are what help. So next Wednesday, I'll be back doing grave stories with from a grave digger. Thank you for watching. I would hang out and chat. I love chatting with everyone, but I really have to go because my friend is here and I'm supposed to be on a call 1 minute ago. Okay, I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night, everyone. Please go watch Neutral and the director's commentary version if you haven't yet. Watch it a couple more times. Spread the love. Spread it around. I love you all. Thanks. Good night.